He's easy enough to get. I'm waiting for it to refresh and see.
Wow! I'm sorry. Yay!
Are you saying it worked?
Yeah, yeah, it worked. It worked. It worked. Okay, guys. So I have to tell you, I'm happy it's working. Um, and so when you hear me come on, and I'm just so excited, it's because I got a couple things going on tonight. Um, I have the one and only Nacho. And I gotta tell you, I am more than excited about this because Nacho is kind of new to me. Not nachos, but Nacho is new to me. And I was just so excited when I met with him and found out some of the work he does and some of the things he does. I thought, oh, how interesting. Um, and we are actually using Zoom. You can already see him on the page, but I can do it like this, or I can do gallery view. I do side by side. It's showing side by side. God knows what I'm doing. I
We're side
just
by side.
love it. I just love it. So I'm trying to follow about 3 different pages. Ms. Ride or Die, I adore you. I'm so happy you're here. The Flying Trucker. Hey, Roger, I did send you a link if you wanted to come in because
Hi,
I think it'll
Roger.
work for you and I'd love to have you. And then I sent a few links out so at the second hour, if people want to come in, we'll just bring people in. Oh, Ms. Ryder Diet, so nice. As you see, I have Dennis Nacho. Oh, I was going to change my name because I can be anyone on here. Oh, maybe I forgot how to do it. Oh, no. Okay. Who am I going to be today? I'll still be
Next to you,
Catwoman.
3 dots, more, change name.
Yes. I got. Thank you. Yes. Hey, Mr. Crowley and his bunny. Oh yeah, you're Nacho. Very nice, very nice. So, hey, Ari, that's who. Ari, remind me the second hour so I can send you an invite so you can come see us. So,
Ari.
do I always call him Ari? Don't I? Ari. Sorry, Ari.
Ari. He likes that.
Ari.
He likes to say it right. He loves it.
So, so Nacho, I just met you just a little while ago, yes, and you told me that you are a traveling technician, more or less, right? You do stuff.
I do ultrasounds, babies. I specialize in vascular, but I do OB, abdomen, small parts, vascular. I work
Wow.
for emergency and I travel around the country on my motorcycle and I do 13 weeks assignments at different hospitals.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Thomas and Ed. So I want to work through a few things. Can you tell what were you on the? Were you raised on the East Coast?
I'm originally from Queens, New York. My
Really?
parents, yes, and my parents got separated. My father went back to Spain, and so my pretty much until I was working age, I would go to Spain for the summer, and I would be in New York City for the winters for school. So I have a weird outlook.
Oh, I swear, but I think it's the best way if you can be raised like that, right? You get to see more than just inside a bubble sometimes. It's kind of cool.
It's good. It's good to be out of the bubble.
Yeah. And my daughter spent time in Spain in Alicante. Is that what?
Alicante.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So taking classes when she was in college. So it's just pretty cool. So what made you decide to go into the kind of work you went into?
My dad. Yeah. He. I was misguided youth. I lost too into motorcycles. He kind of said, "Well, and I decided one day that I wanted to be an X-ray tech because my mother was an emergency room nurse and my father was a doctor, and I used to hang out at the emergency room on the weekends, on the
Wow.
nights, and like run around and be an aide, like bring people to X-ray, bring films, go to the lab, stuff like that. basically what my mother did was, you can have the car as late as you want, but you need to stop in the ER and see me on the way home so I know that you're not drinking or doing drugs. And I was like, and then I would show up there at like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and she'd make me stay until morning and help out because it was a New York City ER. Of course, it was crazy on the weekends.
And
So
so they allowed you to stay.
basically, made me want to be an X-ray tech. But then they did. Well, my mother was in charge, so but they my father, when I told him I wanted to be an X-ray tech, he said, "Well, ultrasound is the future." And he said, "If you go," and I said, "Well, I kind of want to just work traumas and be, in the ER. That's what I wanted." And he said, "If you go to ultrasound school, I'll pay for it." So I said, "Ultrasound tech it is." And then he never paid for it. He paid for
Oh,
first tuition payment, and then he said to me, like any good father would, "It'll mean more to you if you're paying for it yourself."
I think that's true.
It's tough love. It was true because
It's
I
true.
was the bomb.
So for you, is it fair to say then that your kind of mission in life was shaped by your mother in working with her when you were younger?
I, that's safe to say. I mean, both my parents were strong influence. My father really wanted me to be a doctor, but I wasn't focused enough to do that. By the time I was focused, it was like, I don't know. I don't want to be a doctor. I just, like I said before to you, that I don't like to be in the front. I like to be the guy behind the scenes, help get things done for people who have goals. I just want to do, but I want to dabble in everything. And when you're a doctor, you got to pretty much focus on one thing.
That reminds me like of Paul. He always wants to just be helping out. He doesn't want to run the live streams. He just wants to
He doesn't want his own show. He just wants to be
no,
on everybody else's.
just on everyone else's. It works for him, and he's so cool with it. And a lot of people don't understand that at all. They think, no, you'd have this terrific show. You need to do this. And he's just done one. He's like, no, no, thank you. I've even talked to him privately about it. Like, are we sure you don't want to, and stuff like that. But he explained it to me, and it made sense. It's kind of like what you're saying. Right
It's
now, you're happy where you're at.
I have a job. I like my job. I like being off from my job. And part of, I think, what little appeal I have comes from the fact that I'm who I am, getting around and bouncing around and kind of, because you don't know what I'm going to do. Like one day it'll be motorcycles, the next day it'll be 360. I mean, my Instagram page, I have so much 360 work. That's all that's pretty much on there. To drones, but basically everything's photography. Just a whole lot
It
of.
really is. So, and I'm going to want to talk about that because it's fascinating to me because I don't have talent in that area. Oh, I can snap a lot of pictures. And then I look at him and I think something about perspective I don't think that I'm really great at. I'm working on it. But so tell me something. So you come into this YouTube world and you enter into live streams, right? And I haven't seen you on live streams. I've seen you in chats. You do
Right.
you prefer to kind of be in chats or do you like being on live streams?
I can't. You know what? Live streams, the live streams that I associate are kind of reminiscent of CB radio days, of a bunch of people hanging out and just talking back and forth, except with pictures. And I kind
Right.
of like it, and I like being in it, but at the same time, it does break my heart if I'm not. You know what I mean? I like to be, if I have something to add, other than smart aleck remarks, which I could do from chat, and I do.
Yes, you
um,
do. I've seen them, Nacho.
Most of the time, I'm tinkering, making things, mic stand, little things. Just playing with different things that I've bought off of Amazon because I have a serious Amazon problem, and building and coming up with ideas to fix problems. Or in Roger's case, I was making his logo on his stream. I was making Ari's logo on his stream, and Claude's I did live with Thomas watching after one of his streams. I like to keep busy, but I don't know what else is going to make me happy. I know busy makes me happy, but I don't know.
And busy's a good thing. If that's what makes you happy, at least you know thyself. Um, I like being a little more like a sloth. Kind of not. Hold on. Oh, I think I pressed it on. I meant to do off. Hey Susie, I'm on my live stream, honey.
What?
I'm doing my live stream.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
It's like being on Star Trek. Yeah, you have one too?
I have one. This is the original, and I really, really want to buy a new one, but I just can't get around to doing it because it works perfectly, and I just can't bring myself. I want a 4G one because a lot of hospitals that I work at, you're not allowed to carry your phone. So if I have the 3G, whatever, I'll still be in touch.
Okay, so I should have told her, Ari, that you said hi. I know Susie wants to come by and pick up a package that came from her, and if I see her come in, I'll tell her to come on and say hi. But let me tell you why I like this. I had the original, and then I got the 2 because they had the Nike. And I was really into running, and I just haven't been able to get back into it. But I used to run marathons, right? And this is back in the day, about 10 years ago, I was running marathons. And then I thought, okay, so, and then the 3 came out. And I thought, well, okay, so my daughter got one, and then I handed my 3 to someone, and then now I have the 4. And it's something about this stupid thing that is addictive.
I see that as much as I love tech and playing with tech, I always wear a watch. I've always had a watch. As long as I can remember, I've been wearing a watch. I'm practically a baby, and I know I want to have a watch, but I don't find it earth changing. But I do love having it. You know what I mean? If I forget it,
right?
I'm like naked.
Yes.
Because the gang's all here.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what it is for me. I did it for the heart thing. My brother has this AFib thing going on, and his heart's not working the way it's supposed to be working right now.
Right.
And it just came on him because of the flu and some other stuff did it. And so my heart, when I get stressed, can race and do other things. And I thought, oh my God, I think I have the same thing. And then this had the thing, the test for that. That's why I got it, because I didn't want to go to the doctor and say, hook me up. Because it would have cost me more than what it cost me to get the watch.
But by the time you start seeing it on the watch, it might be a more severe situation. It's because that just does one strip through your body, where the other one does I think 12, and it's the way the muscles are moving in different ways. Don't get me wrong, it's a good warning system, and that's one of the reasons I want it, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little overweight. And
me too. I'm with you, Nacho.
I don't want to drop dead on the side of the highway. You know what I mean? If I get up in the hotel, I feel in the morning, and I'm like, hey, look, my heart didn't work last night. Maybe I should not be on the road today.
See,
although dying on my motorcycle, be dying at work.
At least you're in the hospital if you're at work. I'm sorry. I love my watch. I love it. And I love to know when people are calling me. The only problem is I usually bring my phone in here so I can quickly say, hey, I'm on. And that works well, but okay. Yeah, but not tonight.
When it's silent mode, swipe up.
Hold on.
And put the little moon on.
Yeah, but the moon's on except for my favorites, and that's my children. So
the theater line.
Hold on. Yeah, but I'll explain that a little bit. I sent you a picture of my watch. I'm not opening it up, Claude, because you send me crazy pictures when I'm trying to do live streams. I'm just saying, Claude. Anyway, so tell me, you like building things. What all do you build? You like making things.
Well, basically, it's all kinds of stuff for my motorcycle. If one of my videos on my channel is, which from a couple of months ago, is my photography bike, and it shows all kinds of different things that I built, like different just mounts for 360 cameras and just ideas that I came up with on my own. Granted, not a lot of building, more about using something that was never designed for that for something else. Like Shaw and I Studios had a kit that had these rods, these threaded rods, and a ball it's supposed to be used like for a studio setup. And it was on his $20 Tuesday. I love this thing so much. I ended up buying two of them because the parts are how I make everything. It's like buying an erector set for photography. Fantastic.
Nice.
You know, you want to set up your, like right now, my setup, as you can see on the Twitter on the blue the picture I posted of us. My iPad is on a mount with my camera right above it, so I'm looking at my own picture. But right now I'm staring right into my own eyes, but I still look like I'm looking at the camera.
You
Which
do.
is kind of one of which is the hardest thing. And right, it's split screen, so on the right side, I have all the text, so I could still see the text, I could see that, and I could still maintain reasonable eye contact.
And
So
how do you
it's
do this? Because I haven't seen our Twitter thing yet because I don't have my phone in here.
I could take a picture of it and send it to you if you'd like.
Yes. Because I always look like I'm looking all over the place.
So this is what I have right now. It's very simple. It gets the job done, and that's like my logos. Less is more. Simple. Keep things simple.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my phone. I'll be right back. I know, guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta see this.
Everybody look at the sheep butts. Oh, she's gone.
Oh. You put it right on Facebook, so I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on. Ah, it went away. Son of a monkey, come back.
Son of a monkey. What about me? Talking to me? Talking to me?
It's not here. Where did it go?
I sent it to Messenger. So go up to your little Messenger icon. The same way you sent me the link to be here, it went back there.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm sorry to say that one of my dogs has a slight problem.
Is it flatulence?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and here's my little girl, my big Saint Bernard, sitting there like a...
Oh. I've had two Saint Bernards.
Oh, Okay, so what is this you have?
Okay, so the you're looking at the iPad, right? And it's basically an iPad mount screwed onto the balls. Those balls are part of the kit, and the legs are made with the rods from the kit. And the camera is just sitting above it on another rod coming out of the back with my camera on it. So that way, when I'm doing a show with you, I could have, like I said, I'm looking right at me right now. Right, I'm the bottom. You see the picture. I'm the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking way down from the camera, but I still look like I'm looking into the camera. And if I'm reading the chat, I mean, I'm a little off, but nothing horrible. You know what I mean? And I guess if I put the camera on the other side to the right, it would be over the chat. Then when I read the chat, I would still look like I do when I'm looking at me. But this is just because making eye contact's the hardest thing. You know, you're talking to people. You know, they want to feel that. And
right.
And if you're looking here, you're down here, you're slumped down in your chair, Claude, and you're here. I'm not talking behind your back.
Claude. See, what does Follow say? We'll get your fingers out of your mouth.
And
Claude, we love you.
I took the dirty towels down off the wall, and I put a little light behind my helmet in the background. I tried to but yes, you could see the microwave because I'm renting a room. I rent rooms on Craigslist. So if you want Nacho staying in your area, watch out for Med Traveler seeks room for 13 weeks ads in Craigslist, and you might get me.
Nacho. That is very cool. So you just so you get on your bike and you travel to the next place, and you're going to stay there 13 weeks.
Yes. And then once there, I wander around on my bike into the mountains, camping, see different sites from that part of the country. Yesterday, I met a guy. I mentioned his name yesterday. Oh, this morning on Drone Hub, and they didn't know who he was. So, but Ron Lockwood. I met him on Claude's channel. I see him on Ari's channel. I guess he's never been on the Drone Hub, but he's riding with his friends in Oregon.
Oh, nice.
And I ran and met them, and then rode with them for about 300 miles in the wrong direction, like towards where they're going. So I rode like 500 miles yesterday. I'm like broken.
Wow.
Broken.
Yes, you would be.
Nacho Toronto, baby.
Nacho broke.
It broke my nacho. Yesterday. I'm so hot. It's like 90 degrees.
So you really spend a lot of time away from, hey, Mike Roche, you spend a lot of time away from family.
Oh yes, I see my family every 13 weeks. For I go home and I take a month off, and then I go on another trip, and then go on 13 weeks, then come home for a month.
So what do you do to fill your life when you don't have any? Every time you go somewhere, you have to make new friends, right?
No, I don't make friends.
You hate people.
I know. No. My friends are on the internet, and so they're always with me. And I know it might sound a little pathetic, but you know what? I don't get lonely.
Doesn't to me.
And you know what the best part of having friends on the internet? You can just close the lid and they're gone. You can turn around.
Don't tell Roger that. He doesn't know he can get rid of me.
You go into airplane mode and say, later. Or
we don't tell Roger he can get rid of me. We just keep telling him he has to have me there. Leave his computer on all the time.
You ruined one of his sales today.
What?
You ruined one of his sales.
How?
I went to buy a T-shirt before when you were talking to me about that he likes his logo so much that he wants it to be on it. He wants to put it on the T-shirt, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait then.
Oh, Roger! See what I did? You know what we did? Okay, this is how cool Roger is. At least he's really cool to me. We made those shirts where we make like I think 20 to 50 cents of profit on it. And then what we do is we don't have, in the beginning we had enough to buy a few things and send them out to people. But it slowed down, of course, because everyone bought what they wanted. But we just wait till it goes up. And then Roger says, hey, Valerie, send this out to this person. And I'll go, okay, we almost have enough money. And as soon as we do, we send something out. So that's what he does with all the... Okay. We have not made a lot of money. Right, Roger? Made very little. But it's been fun. It's been fun to send things out. So that's what we do. So if you want to buy one, I think, Roger, aren't they only like $11?
Yep. 13 in my size.
Are they? So I didn't know they charge more. Well, I haven't bought one.
I had to buy a tent. The poncho size. So.
Oh. I didn't realize they charge more. But I should because they do for me sometimes. So, it's like, it's like when my hair was thick. Oh, we got to charge you more because your hair is thick. But it's fine. And now, we got to charge you more because we use more cloth. Well, just take some that you take off the skinny person's. Add it to mine.
I don't mind because it's so rare that I find shirts that I can buy in my size.
Really?
Because I'm huge. Yeah, because I like my shirts big. Having a tight shirt's great when you have a nice body, but when you're Stay Puft, you don't want to like.
What size? Do you mind telling me what size? You don't have to.
I wear 4 or 5X, depends on the shirt.
Okay, that's what my roommate wears. His room's down there. But that's what he wears. That's something like that, but he just lost 38 pounds, so his size is going down. But you know what I figure? What extra large fat bastard size? Ari! Do you see what he said?
You wear the same size.
You gotta watch that little Australian dude.
He's dirty down under, that guy. Dirty down under. That's how
he does take the same size as me, but I'm 6'4" and he's 5'4".
I'm 6'4" lying down.
Jeez. let me just say, I got to tell you, yeah, we had a really hard time finding shirts because Kevin had lost his job. That's why he's here. So we needed to find shirts for him so he could go do his professional stuff, look for work. And it was difficult. I thought, what the hell?
When I was younger, before I was an ultrasound tech, I moved to Florida because I thought that's what you do. When you grow up in New York, everybody moves to Florida when they get old. I figured I'd jump it and go right to Florida.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't have dress clothes at all. And the first thing I did was I always through ultrasound school in high school, I worked at movie theaters because I like to go to the movies. And if you work there, you get to see it for free.
Oh, nice.
So I would just go over to and they want you to wear black pants, white shirt, and they usually give you the jacket and that stuff. So I would just go to the like Salvation Army and that stuff and find white dress shirts and black pants and buy them cheap because they were work clothes. You know what I mean? Who cares?
Right.
Now I donate everything. Like when I leave town, I leave almost all the clothes that I wore while I was on a trip in the Salvation Army as I leave because I don't want to carry it all home because it's
because you're on a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I got a lot of stuff. I need room for the camera equipment, and all the camera equipment. The camera
So,
equipment takes
so
up a lot of space.
Nacho goes down the road on his motorcycle naked, but he has his camera.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
my GoPro and this little vlogging setup, which is what I
that
wore
the
on my Halloween
7?
weekend. Yes. And then I have the camera that Sean Ide Studio sent me.
Let me
The
see.
original Insta 361. I had the 1X, but it fell in the river.
Nice.
And then I have my Mavic Pro because I'm too cheap to buy the Mavic 2. Oh wait, I know what you want to see. This is your favorite, and yet my least favorite. Sorry.
There it is. Hey, my little pocket.
One of the things that made me like it automatically much better was getting rid of that case that it came in and just getting a cover for the gimbal. So that way you just pull it out of your pocket and boom, you're going. So I like that. And I like the wheel because sometimes what I'll do is when I want to do a panning shot, instead of moving like this, I'll just sit it there and I'll use the wheel to slowly let it turn back and forth instead of turning my whole camera.
God. Let me tell you, Ari. This is why I love it, Ari. Did you see what he said?
Now.
Ari's like, yeah, you tell me you can send it to me, so he won't have that. Hey, Wolf, how you doing? And then we also have, is Night Train in? I'm sorry I missed you, Night Train. Choo-choo, Mike. And let me say hello to some people in the chat, and so can you. Tim, UFO, that's what I call him because it's easier to say it. We have Canadian Drone Hub in the house. Woof, Ms. Ride or Die. Let's see, we have Night Train Thomas. I think I'm saying that right. Thomas O'Sullivan. Tomo.
The man. It's not a vlog unless Tom watches it.
That's right. It's never a vlog unless he's watching it. We have Mike Roach Studios. He's really good at being inventive. Hey, Herman. We have Drone Effects with Claude J. Santiago. Hey, Jay, how you doing tonight? I'm so happy to see you. And let's see, who else? We have Phantom Flight 101. He's in the picture. We have Robert Stanton, Juneau County Droner. Let's see who else. Night Train. Choo choo. I love Night Train. Sorry I'm late to the party. Yeah, I think you have to be. So guys, I sent out some links because I thought you might want to come in tonight in that second hour, and it'll be in another half hour, but if you want to slowly start coming in, that's cool too. So I just have to ask one question of Herman before we go on. Herman.
Yes.
What are you on right now? Are you on OBS?
Well, I'm on this Zoom meeting that you asked me to join, and I have OBS running.
Just thought I'd ask. I also asked Curtis to come in later too.
I just know that I couldn't do a show from with Zoom using OBS because I couldn't join, but I don't know how to start it.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, Nacho.
it's actually really. Have you done a show with OBS yet?
Not using OBS alone, just for it's just controlling my camera.
Right, because if you've done a show with OBS at all, where you hit start streaming and that whole part, it's the same. You capture
Hangouts, and I've just done it with Hangouts.
right. All right, it's not that bad.
No, I don't think so. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. And then I told him get a hold of Curtis, and then I was working with Roger on it, and all of a sudden I said we should get a hold of Curtis because if we don't do it quick, Herman will get a hold of Curtis. Curtis was on with us last night. Sorry, Herman. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's not a big deal.
Hey, Ed. I see you got the live stream without Google figured out. I do, yes. But you know what? Try as I might, I couldn't help anyone out yesterday. We got the basic setups done, and even with Roger, but it wasn't. Yeah, it took time. So Nacho, what is your next thing in life? Are you just gonna stick with your tech work and 13 weeks on and a month off? Is that what you're thinking?
I always keep my eyes open for a job near home because my family would rather me be there. But it's funny, as soon as I get home, I'm all like a week in, I'm like, all right, so where should I go next?
Right.
There's maybe if the work lists were shorter when I came home, I might be more encouraged to stay home.
So where do you stay when you go home? Is it with your parents or do you have a house?
My wife.
Your
My
wife?
wife.
Oh.
My wife and my son.
Yes. Your wife may like you to be home every once in a while.
Trust me, she's ready for me to go too. 2 weeks in, we both do our own thing all the time, and we don't have to check in with each other, and then we're both home and we're looking at each other like, well, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. Both retreat to our corners. I sit at my desk, she sits at her desk, and that's it. We text each other.
My roommate, I used to be married to him, Kevin, and I told him we get along so much better as roommates, and he's on that end of the house, I'm on this end. So much better. So much better. It's a good thing.
My wife and I are the same way. We get along better, and she's way over there.
Wow.
There. Sorry, way over there.
It's, you know what? It's... Sorry, Val.
Encouragement for that.
Robert. I do think sometimes, yeah.
You guys encouraging people to get married?
I think everyone should have to do it at least once.
A long distance relationship is the way to go, though.
I think mandatory.
Have to.
I think it should be mandatory. I think we should make Kim do it next. Because everyone should have the fun of it one time.
If it was so much fun, why does it? Why do you have to sit on that side of the house and you sit on that side of the house?
Well, we're not married. For Kevin and I, we're not married anymore. And so that's how that works out. Because we're not married. He's just a roommate. That's it. And it works.
Okay.
I have to go. Neighbor needs help. Oh, okay, Robert, are you coming back, hon? I sent you a link. So, if you can come back, that'd be cool. But you don't have to. Go help your neighbor. Oh, here's everyone saying nope. Look at the confirmed bachelors down here. Nope. I think you should have to.
I won't do it again.
Hey, Mike Roach, what's up?
Yeah. I won't either. I'm happy where I'm at. I should be back soon. Okay.
But have you noticed that she's not married and telling everybody that she's happy where she is, but you should do it?
I think everyone should have to.
Yourself. That's why.
What happened?
He's telling everybody to do it so they can learn to appreciate life by themselves. Because until you have to like sit there and be responsible for somebody else's financial and
Bye, Tom.
happiness, you don't know what pressure is. Once you're on your own again, it's like, oh well, I think I'll just do nothing.
So my dad's married to a beautiful woman.
I
They've been
kinda
married for
understand.
40 years. They love spending every moment together. It's the perfect relationship. They are so happy, so happy. And my dad says, I want that for you. And I said, Dad, if I could meet someone like you that wasn't a relative, I would do that. But there are no more guys like my dad. There's not a lot of them. He is very special. And so I'm just okay on my own.
I get it. I'm just, I understand what he's saying. I just find that, people get their pressure from different places. Like, some people might not have the experience of having other people depend on them, but the pressure of not wanting to be homeless or hungry might, motivate some people too.
Yeah, it might. It might.
About having to worry about keeping a roof over someone else's head and food in their stomach. What about your own? Those pressures are enough.
There could be a lot of pressure.
It's not even about that as much as it is about their happiness.
Yeah.
Because, you work and work and work, and then you come home and you're beat, and they got stuff for you to do. Look, I censored myself. Nice. They have stuff for you. They want stuff they want to talk to you about. They want stuff they want to show you. They want stuff, period. They want to go someplace. Can we go out to eat? All that stuff. And you don't want to be like a jerk, but at the same time, you just been running around all day working for the man. Now you're going to come home and you're going to work for them.
That's how we plan it, Nacho.
What's that?
That's how we plan it. We're like, let's make a list. Let's make a honey-do list. And you're saying you want a honey-don't list.
Well,
there's
101 perspectives on it.
Huh?
There's 101 perspectives on
it. There are. Like I said, I know people who are just so flippin' happy. That wasn't my experience, but just give me... Oh, flippin' Mike Roach. That Cook Daffy family now.
Wow.
So,
Mike, you don't want nothing to eat?
If the cooking's good enough.
Really, that Cook Daffy family now.
I said that wrong.
Too bad.
My filter's stuck.
But you love riding a motorcycle, though. What's the furthest you've ridden your motorcycle?
Well, I've ridden from New York to San Diego.
Wow, that's about as far as you can go, isn't it?
It's pretty as far as I can go. And I left my house in August last summer, and I went from there to Arizona, from Arizona to California, from California up here to Washington. So I've been on the road since August. Now, I've flown home because money. I wanted to make money. So instead of like riding home and spending a week and riding back, or spending a month, I decided just to fly home and leave the bike out here. So my bike hasn't been home in like 25,000 miles. Been busy.
Wow. Is that hard for you? Because you're kind of an avid rider.
I have a scooter at home.
For real?
I love my scooter. For
you
real.
love
It's
it?
beautiful.
What kind of scooter is it?
It's a Kimco something 125 agility. I've had it for 10 years. I someday will do an oil change. I promise. I just ride it and ride it and ride it. I don't check the oil. I'm sure it's going to blow up one day, but I love it.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Hey, back from the sky. How you doing? Hey, Kevin. Thank you. See,
Hey,
I'm
Val,
just saying.
Roger tonight.
Huh?
Where's Roger?
I sent Roger a link and he did not come in. So Roger's in the doghouse. I'm gonna have a big list for him when I go to Canada.
Well, he said Paul was on his way home.
Yeah, so we'll be able to
Too.
see Paul at least. Oh, what happened? Oh, I see.
I sent you a picture, and I'm going to send you a
So
picture of my scooter
now that
because
I'm able
Oh,
to
that's a nice bike. This
that's
isn't.
that's what I travel on.
I was gonna say that's not a scooter.
No, that's what I travel
Hey,
on.
Carlos. I'm supposed to remember to call you Carlos. I'm sorry. If you sent me a link, Val, I did not receive one. Okay. 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 Okay, we're doing this again, my friend. Because you're not getting out of this. Ari. Ari. I'll get you one, Ari.
So Nacho, where is home? You mentioned
Pennsylvania.
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 Okay.
Well, I cannot find a picture of my scooter. Have I been neglecting my scooter pictures? There you go. There's videos on my channel of me and the scooter and the dog riding around. The dog likes to ride the scooter.
Hold on.
Very fun with the scooter.
Okay, Val broke. And device again. I sent you it. My friend Ari. Ari said hello to Roger. LOL. Ah, you better, Claude. Don't make me come over there. Oh, that's not Claude saying that. That's Ed. Ed. I love me, Ed.
You can't go around threatening people. Coming over there and doing things to people.
Yeah, can't I?
He expected somebody. I think he back from the sky expected somebody a little more Mexican.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah.
That's your dog that I saw another picture in. Look at him.
That's Ben. That's my old scooter. I can't find a picture of my new scooter, but that's us when we worked at the racetrack photography business.
Oh,
Ben and I riding around. He loves the scooter. When I'm home, I have to take him out like 3 times a day to the park because he's like a Roxy. He's a little chunky.
a little chunky monkey.
A little chunky. So he likes to scooter ride down to the river, and then we walk.
It's so funny because I tell Roger, hey Ari, his dog is like a sausage with little stick legs. A big
Roger.
sausage with stick legs.
Roger or Roxy?
Roxy. Not Roger. Roger, I didn't. That was Ari. I didn't say anything. I'm saying
You put me up to it, Roger. She told me to say it.
UK Momo. Hi.
Wow.
Did I
You
say
gonna
it too loud?
picture?
What?
You gonna share the picture?
Oh, I can share it. Hold on. Let me go find it again. Uh-oh. 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 Here we go. Okay, hold on. Let me get it a big picture. And then I'm going to go back to where I was. Let's hope it works this way. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm hoping it's not going to mess up. And I just want to do this.
Oh, if it's gonna mess up, don't touch that thing.
Well, too late now. I think I froze. Oh, crap. Did I freeze, guys?
Well, no, not exactly. I'm looking.
I just stopped it. I think I froze. So,
Yeah,
I better
leave-
not
leave
do
it
that.
alone.
Holy
Leave it
crap,
alone.
don't let Roxy hear you say that. Is Hadley in here? Where's Hadley? Hey, Hadley. How you doing, darling? Do not call her fat guts. She's a beautiful puppy. Are we rolling again on our... Let's go. Let me go see and make sure. Oh, okay, but that picture is adorable. Now, you could share the screen and show that picture if you wanted. And it won't freeze. It just freezes when I do it. I forgot that Curtis told me that. And I forgot. You know, you're looking very clear and nice tonight, Ari. This is a nice picture.
That's
Because
just
he has
on
hair
my, yeah, that's it. I get extra bandwidth through every strand of hair. Now that's on my normal ADSL on the 4G.
I
Nice.
thought she said queer. I'm sorry.
I am not, you bitch.
I like your logo there. I'm gonna so hurt somebody. You be good, Nacho. What is this new broadcasting sorcery? Oh my God, Russell. Love you, Russell. Glad you're here. This is Zoom with Google Hangouts. And it's just clear as it could be. Look at Nacho. You can tell. We can
No.
keep an eye on him this way.
And this is me in 5D.
When it comes to Dennis
Sorry.
and I, people may have preferred it better how it was before.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm?
On that same picture. I just sent it to you. You think I'd be able to find it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, silly
That's so
technology.
funny. Thunder Britches. Who's Thunder Britches? Oh, he's calling. He's calling. He's calling his puppy that. Furball. I'm gonna beat you with the stick. I mean,
Uh-oh.
I will present you with a stick when I get there, like this.
In one live stream with Val, she does more. She has more violent comments than an old Bugs Bunny cartoon.
But they were the best ones, the old ones.
Oh my gosh.
What can you say about anyone who upsets Val except, one of my own?
When did I lose control?
Let Ari in.
Well, the reports are somewhere between your 14th and 16th birthday, Val.
The truth, right? But we should start at a little less, like 13. Let's see. Hi, everyone. I'm working on my car, changing transmission mounts and listening in. Hadley, that's very sweet. I'm glad you're doing that. We have Nacho on tonight. And I wanted to do an interview with Nacho because I found he is, or the Roadrunner. He's all over the roads. And he's going across the United States and he flies back and forth. And it's just kind of a freestyle of life he's got going. And so it's kind of cool. Kind of cool, I think. I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle. Except I can hardly do exercise equipment, so I kind of know what would happen on a motorcycle. I'm just saying.
Can I tell the Nacho story? Because somebody's asking about, am I Latin or does he like Mexican
Yes.
food? For starters, I'm fat. I like all food. Okay, we'll just move on from that. I belong to a group called Adventure Riders, and they have a message board, and there's all, go to rallies and all kinds of stuff like that. My name was not always Nacho Roto. It was actually, it's Nacho Roto on all these message boards and on Facebook and all that other stuff. We were on a trip. We did 3,000 miles in the rain in about 4 days. And I had Nacho is another name for a taint. You know what a taint is, I guess. Nacho this or Nacho that. It's that little area in between. So roto means broken in Spanish. And we were drunk around the campfire, and I am in pain. Horrible, horrible pain from a bruise on that area, the Nacho. My Nacho was Roto, and that's how I ended up with the name Nacho Roto. We changed the name we were drunk, and we changed my name for the group that I was in. And what we didn't know was you're only allowed to change your name once. I filtered it. I didn't say what a taint was.
I don't want to know. I didn't understand it, and I'm really good with that.
Oh, good. Let's leave it at that. Well,
Yeah, just take this out for a little bit and let you finish your
I'll
story.
give you a little hint. This is Nacho microphone. This is Nacho water. Or this is Nacho microphone. This is Nacho. But the space in between is Nacho.
LOL, blocking Val's life. Right? I'm sitting here going, you know what? There are times when I'm so glad I'm so ADD, and I'm kind of looking at the chat and looking over here and looking over there, because, I don't get it, so I'm good. He's Nacho.
Nacho.
Oh my God, well, man, right? I don't understand. It's okay. We all know what you're saying. Look at the laughter.
I was trying to use visual aids. So
we get
And
it.
so what I want to know is when he's out there doing his ultrasounds, how he explains all that. So this is your leg.
This is and
You
this
don't
is your
want to get
dime.
it. That's like, it's a guy thing. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Hey, Paul Murray, how you doing? Yeah, we got Herman, Ari, and Nacho in the house. That's
Hey,
right. He's explaining his name. That's
Hadley.
all I'm gonna say.
I was named after a broken taint because it was a toss up between Nacho Roto or Taint Issue. And since I was Spanish, we went with Nacho Roto instead of Taint
Yeah, we're
Issue.
gonna let's flip somewhere. Let's see. I'm a mechanic. I would rather the non-edited version. Oh my God, Hadley, Hadley. That's why I love Hadley. Herman
So
Howdy.
You know
So
that you know that Justin is desperate when he is doing his own mechanical work.
let me just say, I have worked on distributors. I've done all kinds of mechanical work. I've had to take out all kinds of stuff when I was younger because I could not afford a mechanic. So people would come by and I'd just be up under the car and, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, we're just going to all hope it worked. And that's before we had Google. Right? That was for when I could put stuff in and say, tell me how you do that.
But back then, Val, cars had points in the distributor, and they
Yes.
had carburetors.
Mhm.
Now it's electronic ignition and fuel injection. The most
Yeah.
fulfilling and satisfying work with vehicles I do these days involves high explosives.
Oh, yeah, see.
So, Val, you Google how to do fix your car?
Yeah,
That's- I
look,
used to do it.
half a pound of C4 fixes anything.
I used to have to fix my car because my distributor went out. It was just a mess. So I called my dad. He goes, well, just take it apart and put it back together and clean it out. I said, okay. So I had
I mean,
to
has
get...
anybody else? Everyone thinks it's a really wonderful thing that automotive manufacturers have come up with spark plugs that last 60 or 70,000 miles. That's only because you've got to disassemble the damn engine to get the spark plugs out.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know. Every car I've had, except for the American ones, it just goes right in and comes right out.
on the top.
To cash. Yeah. I will tell you that the day I opened the hood of my car, I realized that I was finally doing something because it had like a cover across it. And I'm like, well, now how am I going to get in there?
Just
Yeah.
pop the cover off.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. At one time, you could open up the hood and actually see the ground. Yeah, that's right. That's when I was working on cars. I had this Dodge. I forgot
It was too
even.
damn big.
Line 6, half of the engine part was empty.
Heard the right, and it was empty because that's when you can get your hands in there and work on it. Now I look, even my little VW Bug, I'm looking and one of the light bulbs fell out, and I go to change it because how hard could that be? And I'm like, where the hell did they put that? How? Why would I have to actually almost disassemble this car to get to a light? And I
So
don't
you'll
know.
have to go on to do it.
Justin's working, what was it he did say? A 2012 Chevy Equinox, and he reckons he can sit in the engine bay. You guys would know what an Equinox is. I don't know.
Yes, it's Chevy Equinox is one of their newer ones, isn't it? We got one where I used to work. I went and purchased it for the work. I used to fit either light on either side of the motor to change a carb out. Now, no way. You can't do it. Everything's more difficult. I liked it when it was simpler, because then I could get in there and do something. But now we have Google, so I could get in all kinds of trouble in a car. And now I can't because they won't let me in the car, more or less. The engine, it's all computerized now.
Google allows you to get in deep trouble with step-by-step instructions and images. Yes.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Was meaning the old cars. Yes.
Yeah, you get that's right.
So, Nacho, do you work on cars?
No, I used to. I mean, I built a few. When I was younger, I had a Chevelle, a Nova, an Impala. 350s and all of them. I mean, I
Nova.
used to tinker and play, and then I moved on to Datsuns, to a 260Z, 240Z, a 280Z. And then I bought a motorcycle just to get around on, and it was faster than anything I built without even having to turn a screw, and I was done with cars.
So what do you do when it's raining?
I get wet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was blind, so
Very.
she used to put both legs on each side of the motor to change the carb out, and she did that once when she was 9 months pregnant. Her husband was so embarrassed. The image alone is enough.
yeah. Hey, Hellspun, how you doing, darling? I had a Nova SS, loved it, made good money off the car. Yeah.
Can you imagine the conversation that would
I
lead
had
to?
P210.
Mum, how did I get to be born in an air cleaner?
How did I get born in an engine? How did that happen? Oh my god. Oh my god. So now you have gone just to motorcycles. And that's what you use, but that's also a good part of what your YouTube channel is all about.
Yeah, but it's not really fixing. It's more like, did that pop up, that picture?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because it just disappeared on my screen. So I don't know.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's my old scooter, and that's my dog.
Hold on. I'm not seeing it popping up on there. Hold on. Huh?
We've just got a desktop picture.
Right.
Send it. There he is.
Okay, there you go. So can everyone see that in the chat?
Uh-huh.
And if you look careful, it shows the ID across the top, and we don't want to see that, so I'll stop sharing. Because then anybody can call it.
Oh, yeah, right. We'll have everyone here. I see a sand dune. Right, Carlos? That's what I was seeing. Wasn't that puffy sweet? Looked a lot like Roxy. That looks like a smaller Fat Guts. Oh my god, Ed. Okay, had a 3-cylinder Geo Metro when they came out. Had to open the door to do the Flintstones thing to get on the highway.
Wow.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
From the time you bought it?
My mother got a Pinto, a brand new Pinto when they first came out. And that car went so fast to us kids, it was ridiculous. Because you hit the gas to get on the highway, 20 miles an hour.
At least you thought it did.
Yeah, right. It was terrible. It was a terrible car.
I had a Pinto station wagon when I got married. We destroyed it during my bachelor party. It wasn't pretty. We drove it off a cliff, Pennsylvania, in Column Banks. We went back for it in the morning. The cops came. That's right. I forgot about that. The cops came and said, you own a Pinto? And I said, yeah. And they go, you know where it is? And I said, no, I got married last night, and my friends hit it on me, and they told me that it's within 5 blocks from my house, but I haven't been able to find it. And they drove me out there, and acting dumb, freshly married. The back wheels weren't even on the ground. It was like nose straight down into the ditch, buried. But
yeah, I think ours was blind. I think ours was like a 73 Pinto also. Because I started driving, I think the next year. It went through my brother, my sister, and then went to me. By that time, I was changing fenders and all kinds of stuff on it. It was falling apart.
Wow. How many miles?
My Pinto?
Yeah.
Jeez, we think we had close to 100,000 at that time, and those days those things usually didn't run. But I just kept putting more oil in it. There's no oil in it. If you got 2 things of it,
just
keep
oil
going.
And gas and keep on going.
That's right.
Change a couple of hoses.
Yep. Just keep hitting the gas. It'll go. I remember when it finally stopped. Oh my god. I was like, oh no, you can't stop now. Hey, Tony. I'm just pushing it down the road. Come on, you can do it.
Tony the Pinto?
Oh my god, the Pinto was terrible. Terrible. So, anyway, that was a terrible car. Let's see. Hold on a minute.
Death Trap. It was great.
Yeah, it was a death trap. After that, we found out if anyone had hit it, it would have blown up. That was not fun.
Good times.
Yes, it was actually. It was my Pinto.
At least they weren't.
There are worse cars. There are worse cars, Val.
There are. I couldn't believe it, but there actually are worse cars. But let me see if I can get this off. So this thing still seems to be going. I'm always waiting for it to kind of shut off and say we're not going to work anymore because it's so new to me.
And get on the system.
You're an optimist, Val.
I know I am. So I guess I wonder what's next for you, Nacho. You know, you're doing YouTube, and your YouTube's kind of all over. I talked to you before we came on. Yeah, some of your videos are like 10 views, and then you look and you have 200 views, and then you'll have 2 views, and then to 500 views. I mean, it's kind of not.
My highest one is 97,000 views.
Wow.
And my most recent good one was maybe, I think it's like at 6,000 views or maybe 3,000 views, where I show people how to do that, where I have the bike in the picture with the camera in front of it. People love that, but it's because the BMW guys, they're just looking for anything to help them. So
well,
I'm the king of the selfie.
And yet, but they're not really. Are they not subscribing to your channels?
I don't know. I used it. I used YouTube until literally 3 months ago to post videos that I would put on other mediums on Facebook. When I wanted I wanted the quality to be better. I never did anything to grow my channel. I had no interest in YouTube, and then I started playing with Instagram, and I took off on Instagram because I'm a photographer. I'm not a videographer. I don't know anything about video. I'm learning. I've learned a lot, and I'm quick on the uptake when it comes to new things. But photography has been my life, my whole life. So, and the Instagram, it's still. Then I started hating it because I watched a video on how to make your Instagram channel grow, and I went from 6 subscribers to 500 subscribers in like a week, and I don't even have boobs or nothing. I was just using the little tips that I learned on this channel, and I just went, it's kind of like BS. It's just there's a formula to everything, and I didn't want to. And I never tried it with YouTube because it didn't make me feel good about myself. If people like my stuff and they'll come and see it, great. People want my help, I'm glad to help, but I have no urge to be popular. I was a popular photographer, and it got me nothing but aggravation. So I'll just sit back and share. No monetization, no nothing.
So what I saw, today I did a webinar for a nonprofit, and they were doing it on screen time. And they were talking about what happens when kids are watching screen time. And they said that somewhere in there that we are displaying on Instagram and those things a beautiful life. People are like, oh, I travel, and they're kind of slung across their little beetle bug, and they have this thing, and they look all beautiful, like, isn't this the life? And really, their life isn't anything like that. And so it's all done through, what do they call it? Making people look like they're happier than they are. And it
Right.
starts telling kids that this life is somewhat different than it really is. So they're thinking, when I get there, my life's going to be like that. And I'm going to look like that. I'm going to have that car, and I'm going to have that luggage. And that's not what real life is. Real life is sometimes struggle, sometimes hard, sometimes fun. It's all those things. So I could see it. If they give you, this is what you do, and you can make everything look like roses, it's not as... I don't know. Are we responsible at that point to put real life on? Because real life can be scary too. You put that on Instagram.
It's kind of like driving. You know what I mean? People don't slow down to look at the scenery. They slow down to look at accidents. And people want shock. They want some shock value. And the older I get, the less shock value I'm willing to hand out. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it doesn't make sense because when I was younger, I listened to Howard Stern religiously when I was a kid. I mean, religiously. And then as I got older, it's just, at what point do we stop trying to top ourselves in bad behavior? And we have the president of the United States, who is like a hardcore Howard Stern fan to this day, who just talks crap. He's just all about the sound bites. And no, that's a policy. Too much sound bites and moments, but not everybody's big on their actions. I did this. I'm American, damn it. We were great. No, the people who made this country were great. We're just people living on their coattails.
So we don't go political here, but let me just say one thing about that.
Okay.
We started living in a soundbite culture. If we don't have things that are real quick and snappy and hold our attention, we're done. Even Paul and I have had this conversation. I made a taco. It took me a 60-minute video. It took me over an hour. And I cut everything out at 16 minutes. Paul said it's way too long. The sweet spot is down here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm refusing to believe that yet. I'm refusing to believe that I have to go on and do a 5-second soundbite or just 3-minute little video. And that's the only way people are going to watch. I'm not there yet. My head won't wrap around that yet. I don't want sound bites. What I want is, tell me what you mean what you're saying, and let's do this thing. That's what I want.
Okay, Donald Trump sucks. What am I going to say? Oh boy, politics. Actually, I've got to tell you a story about this. And
okay.
This is not crossing into the politics. This may or may not surprise some of you to know. I'm a fairly well-known commenter on a couple of online communities along the lines of Quora and Yahoo Answers in certain areas that are my expertise. I've got a fairly good following, and normally I stick just to my areas. I don't go outside it, and politics is not one of them. And about 6 or 8 months ago, I was browsing through and I saw this question, and it went like this: has Donald Trump made America respected again? Now, something came over me. To this day, I don't know what, but I did the silliest thing. I answered, and I told them no, and I told them why, which essentially goes like this. One-on-one, the world loves Americans, but as a nation under Donald Trump, you scare the living shit out of us. And it got worse from there on. I have to tell you, it became my most popular and favorite ever answer in about 8 years. and most of the likes were from America. Not going to go into it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, nothing has divided our country as much as what's been going on, even the past few decades. Every decade we're getting even more divided, and now we're just kind of split asunder. And I feel bad about that. This is one reason why I won't talk politics on my show, and the reason is the reason is I won't do it is because I just feel that we have so divided ourselves. I'd rather talk about things that bring us together because it is so clear what's happening.
I don't understand US politics at all. Because
hey,
I
drone
don't
shots.
really study it. So when I make the comment, it's only on the human factors and how.
Oh yeah, and I respect you, Ari. Just don't even think I don't, because I hear you, but I also know that we have let things get to the point where they divide us so badly that we lose friends over this stuff. We lose a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm worried about losing friends, but if I receive a parcel from Lloyd's address and it's ticking,
it's the electronic age. It won't be ticking.
Harry, you cracked me up. Okay, show us what you got there, baby.
Yes. Here's my trusty Mavic Pro, which,
hey, Peter,
as you can see, for as crazy as it's been to Alaska, it's been to Mexico, it's been pretty much in every state except Hawaii. There's not a scratch on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've gone through my set of rotors, but not, honestly, I've had the same ones on for a long time. And I'm changing the subject.
Yes, and you're good, and I love you for it.
And
it's
down my
the
number.
real world there's going to be
Get me in
disagreements.
trouble. Everybody goes, "Oh, you're showing your numbers." As far as I'm
friends.
concerned, it's my license plate number. And I travel so much; it would be really hard. You have to follow me around the country to get me in trouble because I can prove where I am. So
You know what? That's the truth with all the stuff we had. We had my stuff in my house. People tell me it listens to me. I'm like, poor little thing, because my life is so boring. So it listens. But if anyone kills anyone and says it was me with the stick, no, because they'll know I was here.
right.
I'm
Well, that's
just
the thing
saying,
with me. I'm not
Kim.
worried about it because my drone's been on the internet, and the numbers are 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 big enough to see in all the pictures. I have whatever there. See, but look how pretty they match the paint. That's
That's really nice.
and everybody says you should just sell it, get a new one. You should get the two. And I'm like, but it's been through so much. We've done some
Yeah,
crazy.
it's become your friend. Your little.
Every time
Oh,
you
well,
talk about the Mavic 2, just remind yourself you're the one that saved it about a foot over the water.
that's right. That's right. And that's when I decided I'm never getting rid of it. But I will replace it. But I won't get rid of it because the way my life is, I could come back to my hotel room and all my stuff could be gone. So when I get a new drone, I'll have this at home in its little case with its remote and its batteries all bundled up with a big word with a sticker that says drone on it. So when someone breaks in and steals all my stuff, my wife can at least send me the old one. It'll still be backup.
I don't know why I would say this, but it's my opinion that everybody needs more than one drone.
You know, I was gonna say I have a little whoop that Kim and Roger sent me, and then I have my breeze. Those are the two I have. But I'm stealing stuff from Roger, so I think I'm gonna. Oh, Roger's in here, and Kim. No, I'm not doing that. I would never do that.
If you watch anything on my channel, Val, watch the last 20,000 miles because you'll see a good representation of all the things that I've been doing over the last 6-7 months.
Okay.
Droning and 360 stuff, the beach, the desert, night photography. I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
It's kind of like a romantic way to live, right? I just keep thinking, you said that you take your friends with you on YouTube, and when I was doing the webinar for that gal, right? I got to tell you, she was talking about us not really spending mindful time with humans, but my feeling is that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. I know Herman now. Well, just the Herman that yells at me, but I know him.
You do, like,
Sorry, Ari.
Yelling at you. I wasn't yelling at you.
Okay.
I was
Felt
speaking.
it in my heart. In my heart.
I was speaking loud because you couldn't hear me.
And look, I got to know Nacho and some area on his body we won't talk about.
Whoa,
I didn't know people had, and I know Ari. And
Yeah, but
Ari
Nacho
is the
too.
glue right now in this stream.
So, Ari, you guys do all those boxes in the back there and talking
Yes,
about
that's
having
right.
more than one drone. Just don't do any live vacation videos.
We can't hear you, Ari, if you're talking.
Yeah, that's because my daughter came in. So, I just reflex now. Oh, child, mute. I can embarrass myself enough without help.
Alright.
Yeah, more than one's great. But the problem is I don't get to use them for fun anymore. And I say this jokingly, but it's true. There's no quicker way to ruin your passion and make it your profession. I don't know whether I'm going to continue operating commercially with the generous donation I have to give the government as from the 1st of July for each drone. It's pushing the costs of operation beyond it. But it's a double-edged thing. If I stop operating commercially, I may enjoy it more as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes, someone told me if your job is your passion, you'll never work a day in your life. I like that saying. That sounds kind of cool, but it's not true.
No.
So,
I've got in that pile of
It's
boxes.
not
those
true.
There's 9 drones in there, and as of the 1st of July, my government wants $160 per drone per year for the privilege of flying those.
Yeah.
I really don't think so.
I
Hey,
want
Val, you know who came up with that statement?
who?
The person that was looking to hire someone that did what that person that they were talking to does.
Right. I'm just saying. What do you say? No, but other has she. Oh, what happened to Ari? He'll
Where'd
be
he go?
back.
I just blanked my camera.
Ari.
So this is Ari. I'll get to say it right. Keep reminding me. I want to say it right. Quit the minute you drive up to work and hate your job. I do a lot of work I like doing. I do. I'm finally at the age I want to do stuff I like doing. And I like doing groups, and I like working with the elderly, and I like working with autism, and I like doing all that stuff I do. You know, I like, the different things. I like doing the webinar for the nonprofit. I like doing YouTube. I like doing all of it. But my world is very full now. But every time it starts feeling like a job, I stop liking stuff. I don't want it to feel like work. Yes, Nacho.
I like fixing things,
Yes.
but I don't like maintaining them.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes to work, jobs, projects. Come to me with a problem and say, we need to start and do this. How are we going to do this? And I'm 150% in. But like the maintenance and then just droning on in an existence, I can't do it. That's why I do what I do, because everywhere I go, I start from day one, like a whole new situation, like a new employee. And then what I'm good at is new things. But I get bored. I get bored too easy. And I
A
work
lot
out
of us
systems
do.
and everything. And once I fall into that system, it might as well be a rut. I just get stuck in it. And I just like,
I remember they told Kevin once, when we were trying to find work for him, that he could be a potato chip sorter.
ooh.
And I was imagining that. And I could imagine potato chips going past me, right? And every day going into my potato chips and going, this is a good potato chip. This is a bad one.
Does that?
This is a good one. This is a bad one.
There'd be a high
Whoa.
percentage of bad chips, right?
They have someone that does that?
Yes.
Yeah,
They used to.
In Pennsylvania, they sell them at the flea market, the burnt ones. And,
Yeah?
and they sell them with regular chips.
Well, who puts all the crushed ones in my bag?
The man.
That's the crumbs that come off when I'm eating the bad ones.
That was the guy that you yelled at him.
Every bag that I pick up?
But I just thought, could you imagine somebody with anxiety, and I do have some of that, trying to sort chips as they really start going by? Oh, oh my God.
I love Lucy
That's how
episode.
you get the cracked ones, because they just start hitting them. Hey, Eden Valley. Oh my God. I just thought, who could do that? I would be horrible at that job. I would hate my
would like to
job.
do something. I would like to do something that I like, but there is not a great call for 55-year-old male pole dancers.
Hi, Val.
Hi, how you doing, darling? I can't see you because your daddy turned his camera off.
It's because she fed me, Val.
I made breakfast.
Oh, okay. That's fine. But you could eat if you wanted to on. It doesn't matter. But how you doing today, darling?
I'm tired, but okay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. We have Nacho on here and Herman.
Hi, Nacho.
What do you?
Hi, other person I've never met before.
That's Herman. What do you say? What do you call Nacho? Tell everybody what Nacho's name is. What is it?
Big cute panda bear.
Big cute panda bear. Okay, until she doesn't know him.
He's cuddly, big and cuddly. He's a panda bear.
Okay.
There you
Yes, I
go.
am.
There you go, Panda. You got a new name.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah,
Well,
I
actually,
just
His
think.
his name in our Facebook chat happens to be Sexy Panda. I don't know how he picked that.
Oh, jeez. I changed mine to Catwoman. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I gotta wonder if you pick a job like that, like, could you do that? Hey, Annapolis Mine, could you do a job like that, like sorting potato chips and be happy?
Me?
Hmm.
Some people
Well,
can. Yeah, Nacho, could you do it?
you know
I
what?
I know people that could,
Right.
and they're not
I could,
simple. They just
I could
their
do that.
minds travel. They would sit there and just listen to. They have their earphones in and just think about stuff and listen to music and be fine with it. And have like, if you've worked at, if you were ever a boss and hated it, sorting chips might be up your alley. You know, not having any interaction and just doing your job and going home. There's a certain niceness to that.
I
Well,
could do it. Do it and stay under 500 pounds. Not so much.
Oh, I didn't know. No.
yeah, I'd be eating them. I think I told Kevin, because he likes repetitious jobs. It just makes room for him to be who he is, and so that. But having something whipping by him and him trying to do that, I don't think that would work really great. But he could, solder pipe, do some welding, and do the same thing all day. I'm not made like that, and sometimes I think, why not? Why do I always need something a little different? I
Life,
do five or
life is
six different jobs.
you don't get a trial run at life, Val. You know, it's one go over, and if you can't please yourself, who are you going to please in life?
Right? Right, Eric? That's true.
And don't you find that you're in a better place to help others when you're happy where you are? I mean, we
I
can all joke about sorting potato chips. I don't think it'd suit most of us.
No, but yeah. Oh, and Eden Valley Drone said I worked in a sweet factory. Oh my God, my diabetes would have been here so much faster than it was. If I was a sweet factory, I'd roll in the chocolate. Yeah, it'd be just not good.
This is
You
my
would do
doctor.
it
He said
one
to me,
time and get sick, and you'll never do it again.
Oh my God.
that's what my doctor
Chocolate.
said to me. My doctor said, if you lose 150 pounds, your diabetes will probably go away. What do you say? And I said, order more insulin, doc.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm on keto. I'm getting rid of this I'm trying to get rid of diabetes, but it took about 3 months for everything to really kick in for me to start losing weight doing keto. I had to do it for 3 months before anything started to happen. I'm like, other people do it, they go, look at me, I'm so thin. I'm like, yeah, hell with you. It did not work for me. I'm so afraid of what Nacho's putting in this stream. I'm just keeping my eyes. He starts clicking keys, and I'm like, what are you putting? Jesus, tell me I would be a spring twister? What's that? It would be, a spring twister. Okay, I know what you're saying. No, I did not fly. I
Spring.
had to earn took up my day hoping. Said, please, I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at Nacho. He sits there like he's so innocent.
I am. I'm very innocent.
And then I'm looking at the screen going, he said, please.
You're
What?
You're innocent, did you just say?
I said I changed my name to Nacho Panda. I'm not your photographer. I'm not your. It's not your business what I'm doing on the side. I'm very innocent.
It's not your family, for which you're certainly grateful.
Oh well, I'd like to be
yes.
down in Australia. I keep on saying I'm going to work there, but they keep on telling me if I go, I got to stay for 6 months or a year.
Why?
We got to get
Because
our
it
money.
costs a lot of money to send me there. My company does send people to New Zealand and Australia, and I consider New Zealand, but I don't know anything about sheep venereal diseases. So
I was going to say, if you're attracted to sheep, it's a good place, but otherwise,
So for all those from New Zealand in our stream, I want you to know that Val's Life doesn't necessarily agree with some of the comments that are made here.
she does. She just won't own up.
and I'll just say it for fun. I have no problem that you like fooling around with sheep. I don't judge. As long
No
as you don't
judgment
mess with
here.
my-
No judgment here.
And I mean every word of it, you sheep shagging bastards.
Wait.
Ari.
What happened in New Zealand?
Well,
I
it'll
love
get
Herman. He's in his own world until he's sheep shaking
You're,
bastards.
you're
He's like, what?
sheep sugar. Sheep
Well,
sugar.
let me just sum it up to in the fact that for every one person in New Zealand, there's 8 sheep, and they have uproarious love lives, and we'll leave it at that.
The sheep do?
Probably, no one's asked them.
Hey, that's right. You
Oh
tell
my
them.
God. Oh
Wow.
my
And
God.
now we're going to hear the mating cry of the New Zealander.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. What the hell?
Wow.
That girl was awesome.
I thought we had what was that? No politics, and what was the other two?
Yeah, no racial slurs, no country slurs. Yeah, let's go back over our rules here.
What other rule can we break? Come on, move on. Let's see. What other rules?
I think
Let's-
we've broken all of our rules tonight except for
Tonight is
I do feel that I should
We're gonna bend
mention.
all the rules into a pretzel.
I do feel I should mention here, Val, as you and I discussed between us once, the Kiwis and the Australians are constantly having a piece out of one another. However, when it gets dirty, when the crap comes down and we have each other's back, we're two nations, but we don't even require a passport to go between them. We're very, very close. So if anybody else was to tease a Kiwi like I do, it might be a different matter.
right. I
And
think so let me ask you, what is the worst job you could think of having? What would be the worst job for you? Let's start with Nacho. Yeah,
I had it.
Nacho.
Oh, Nacho, go for it, Nacho.
I had a job working for Amtrak when I got out of high school. My first assignment for Amtrak before I used to be a carman on the railroad, but before you start, you always start at the bottom. And I used to have to dump all the toilets of all the trains.
Ooh. How
And
do you do that? Doesn't it?
Well, you drive around this little cart with a tank behind it, and you hook a hose to the bottom, and they call it the honey pot, the honey wagon. I drove the honey wagon and drained the freaking 17 years old, draining the honey pots. It was horrible. It's horrible.
Okay, Herman.
How much fun did you have at that?
Herman wanted to know how much fun did you have at that?
Well, it was disgusting, but you were done in you train in 10 minutes when everybody else is spending 8 hours on the train. So there was a lot of time to goof off and hide. And so once you got used to it and you had to you wore like a spacesuit.
Yeah,
Then
I see them guys do the porta potties and stuff like that. It's done with a similar truck with a tank and stuff like that.
Right. And somebody has to do that job, so I applaud people who do it. But Herman, what would be your worst job?
The guy with the sheep. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think that's an actual job, though.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a passion, yeah.
It's more of
The worst job I could ever have.
yeah.
I've really never thought about it, but I mean, I've had some jobs where, I didn't really care for, but nothing that I really hated except for certain jobs I've gone to in construction where the location was cold and bad. When I was working in the train yard. Matter of fact, that same train yard is in one of my videos. I worked in that train yard, and it was so cold having to put, believe it or not, the heaters on the tracks that switch so that the train, when they put them into the train tracks, they can switch the train to the next track. You have to put heaters on it, and the job when we were doing it was so cold. It's unbearable.
Val?
Yeah.
What train yard?
Spud has come up with a candidate for worst possible job. I'll try and get that so you guys can read it. I don't know if
Yes,
you can.
that's not a good job.
No, that would not be. Trust my daughter.
Procreation is required. Better than a telemarketer.
Guys, if
Burning
you can't
the
invest
nest
yourself
fixes-
enough, get a teenager.
Right?
Better than
Yeah, I could say the worst job I think that I've ever had, and it still is the worst job, is when I went to go work in a hotel, and I was supposed to work in the office, and it was a hotel who had also X-rated movies in the rooms, because I think it was one of those hotels where people come to visit but don't stay a long time. And I didn't know it. I needed the job because I was supporting myself. I moved out of my house at 17, so I had to work. And all of a sudden, the person who owned it started playing that stuff while I was in the office. Yeah, I left. That was
I love
that.
the way you were putting that.
I
Yes, it
thought
was.
you had to change the sheets or something while you said it was the worst job.
I did not like that job. I was like, what the hell is this kind of place I'm in?
What about the guy that changed the sheets?
Yeah, he may have had a bad job. He may have had a bad job. Yes, yes, Nacho.
My friend used to have to mop the floors in Show World.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know what that is, but I'm feeling it wasn't.
In the booths.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God. I just got rid of them. Hold on. Okay. The hit and run spot, really. Right. Let me just say, yeah, it's not. I just didn't think that was a fun job for me at all. Everybody else seemed to be having a good time, but I did not. I lasted 2 days, and I was gone.
Was running a crusher in a recycling yard. I was in charge of recycling all of the old drink cans. I was trying to earn extra money to work on a car, what young teenage boys do. And I was always big and strong and burly. And we used to get truckloads, semi-trailer loads of used tins, soft drink, beer, everything else, which would then sit in the recycling yard in 40 degrees Celsius temperature for 3 or 4 weeks. And I would pour the big bales into the crusher and then squash them up into little blocks about 2.5, 3 feet long. And I would have to lift them out manually with all of the fermented dregs of the beer and everything running all over me. I used to go home and they wouldn't let me in the house until they hosed me. I can tell you that the day I got the car running, I drove over there. I hadn't even put the bonnet on. I drove over there. I quit.
I still don't let you in the house without hosing you down.
Val, I'll sell you a teenager cheap.
Hey, I'll go for free.
Let me tell you, it's so funny because I absolutely love teenagers. That's who I work with a lot. I think they are great.
Even swap Susie from a family.
Yeah. Well, when Susan was a teenager, that got a little difficult. About the age of 18 was difficult. At 17 years old, I was a busboy dishwasher. I never went back for my check. Oh my god. Yeah, so what would be the best job you could have?
I thought I had that.
Dog
Be
sitter.
Roger.
Huh?
To be Roger.
To be Roger.
Yeah.
Roger's cool.
Flipping on the old doggy cam and telling Kim to get him coffee. Telling him. I mean,
Have
I
you
might move
seen
to Canada and sit in that chair next to him, tell Kim to step to his room.
Have you seen how that works out for him?
Huh?
Have you seen how that works out for him, Dennis? Kim, go get my coffee. Roger, go to hell. It just
Yeah, Kim, that's why I said when I get them, you just take a stick and hit the hell out of them.
he'd enjoy it, Val. That's the only problem with that.
Yeah, you never know, but I got a big stick. I don't think he's going to like that. Hey, Lynn Antony, how you doing? Best job, retired. My mom worked till she was 80 years old at NIH. She did the she's the head of like grant stuff, and that's just what she did. And she just wanted to work. She just kept working. But I'm not. I think I might have to do that. I don't think it's like going to be. Oh, I'm so glad I get to work until I'm 80.
Some people love it. Like my great aunt was like that. She retired on her 99th birthday. And I'm not talking about part-time. She worked 5 days a week. She was the matron at a major hotel and worked until she retired on her 99th birthday. And that was only because they couldn't get insurance for her at 100.
Wow.
Hmm.
There's your
Wow.
worst,
She's
there's
to
your
terror.
worst job there, Val.
Huh?
I'm just taking a picture. There's your worst job.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'll see. That would be my worst job because that's a big elephant. She's of health, and she was 80. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, she did grants. She had a couple people underneath her, and that's what they did. They looked at grants and made sure everybody was doing those things that they said. She was 80. When she turned 80, she said, "I'm going to retire," and she did.
And how old did she live to be, Val?
Not quite 83.
See, that's my great aunt retired at 99 and she was gone at 103. See, they only live a few years after they quit working.
Yeah, they did.
You know what? You say that as a joke, but I watch these people in the nursing homes. I've worked ultrasound jobs where I traveled to nursing homes, took care of patients there, and you know, you really need to stay working, even if you. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, if you have a lot of money and you have dreams and places to go, of course. But some people just need to keep droning on because what happens is they just start decaying. Like you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing.
Yep.
They stop moving around, they sit around, they get lazier and weaker, and it really is what happens to them.
Yeah, I agree. I was sort of joking with my Aunt Mary. I mean, at 99, how long was she going to live? But I do agree. You've got to, I'm not sure working, but you've got to keep mentally active. You've got to do something that challenges you. And a lot of people, that is their job. I mean, technically, I've been retired for over 10 years, not my choice, but I keep going, doing something all the time, keep my mind active. Keeping up with teenagers, that's a full-time job.
Let me say, it is a full time job, and somebody's got to do it. You
A
know?
couple of the guys I worked with, they passed right after retirement.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them worked too long in construction that it just beats you to nothing because I don't think you should be working in construction until you're 65.
It's a hard job. Nacho?
Dennis is pledging allegiance to the flag again.
I pledge allegiance to myself. That's Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter, the original soundtrack, not the show.
Yeah.
For all you old timers. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to retire. My father and my mother both passed away in their 50s. And my father had 6 brothers, and my mother had 3. None of them saw 60 on either side, and they died from everything. So this is another reason why I do what I do, because I'm not going to believe. I'm one of 5, and 2 of us are gone already. Nobody. I'm the first one to see 50. So they're the one young. They died younger than me. So
Claude says that he's retired.
What's that?
Claude says that he's retired. He was tired yesterday and he's tired today. He's retired.
Yeah, Roger was saying his dad died at work at 52 years of age. I know what happens. You know, my
mother
mom
died
died before she was 83, right before she turned 83. And I just called my dad because I have a ticket to go out to see my sister, my dad. My dad's from Virginia. I said, can you pick me up at this airport? And he's 83 because, you know, I don't know. My mom stopped driving at 82. So I called him. He goes, oh, yeah, I'm driving. I'll come get you. You know, and he goes up and downstairs. He does everything. And he's constantly working on graphic stuff. He sets up websites. He just keeps his mind very active. And he is an active guy. But it doesn't happen for everyone. Yes, Nacho.
But the reason I do what I do, in a nutshell, is probably comes down to that like the family that nobody in my family's retired. Everybody's passed away before they retired.
Right.
So I'm trying to live life as full as I can, I have no regret at this point. I really don't. I guess I have. So if I really thought about it, but there's no like one big one hanging. I didn't see this. I didn't do that. And I did it responsibly. I've saved my money in case I live. My family will be fine. I'm having a good time. I don't see waiting till you retire, especially in this country, because the first time you get sick, you're financially wiped out when you retire. Because that's how it works. That's how this country's based. That's how they get all your money back that they paid you over the years. You're literally wiped out after getting sick once. And that's nothing new.
It can hurt you. I think it's I do. I work with one gal who's in hospice, and that's Mary. I just love Mary, but she ended up with dementia. I mean, that's
That frightens me more than anything else. I mean, I've already confronted bad health and terminal diagnosis, all that sort of jazz. That I lived with, but if they told me I had onset dementia, I don't think I could cope with that. Claude, sorry, I saw your comment, Claude. Claude really did retire. He quit his job today.
Yes.
He's retired. I'll chat with you later about that, mate. Yeah, I don't think I could handle that. I could live with a lot of things as long as all the marbles are still in their chutes.
right. And I know my mom's cognitive ability was starting to go, but it was right around 83, and that's why she told me she retired. She couldn't keep up as much as she used to, and she felt it was for someone to be a little younger, and there were people there 60. My mother. I'm like, okay, mama, but yeah. So I know it was hard.
I think I'll always work as long as somebody will have me working.
Yeah.
The YouTube thing, maybe by the time I retire, 10 years from now, that maybe I'll finally have some kind of following where I make some money. I mean, I'm not monetizing now at all because I can't. I used to. But at the same time, that's not where the money is in YouTube. It's getting your own ads and getting your own advertising. It's not taking a little penny here and a penny there from them. Unless you're making a ridiculous amount if you have a ridiculous following, you're not going to make anything that way.
I make tons of money on YouTube. I made $5 at one time.
I've made $106.
You know what? I think when you made what?
$106 in 10 years.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I've made a little bit more than that because people are real sweet with the super chat, that kind of thing. But as far as ads, yeah, it's not a lot. It's not. I don't think it was ever meant to be a lot, especially when we're young. Yeah,
you're better off with your Amazon links and pushing products and
not for me, Nacho. That's not my experience. Okay, let me explain. Your experience is people like that. My experience is, here's a taco thing. I actually love it. It is so cool. I actually bought it because I had it in a restaurant, a taco holder. People went on. Nobody, not one person. It's $10 for two of them. It's really great. Nobody wants to buy it. I buy a little this, little that. Nobody wants that. People don't buy from me. I'm not a good salesperson.
Well, just say, for example, I have a photographer. Like, look at Sean Hyde's channel. If you go to Sean Hyde Studios, his page, he's taken it to a different level, and it's kind of like he's got it's not a wish list, but what things that he's used on the show with all links.
Yeah.
And so if you know who you saw it on, you can go to that page and see all that, and he gets a couple % from each sales. I mean, and if you have a good following, a techie following, or a motorcycle following, or a drone following, you're selling the FPV guys.
Let me say, FPV, I disagree, and let me tell you why. Because FPV guys have to buy FPV stuff. And I don't sew that stuff, but they don't have money because they have to keep buying stuff. Because look at Ed, he crashed stuff. He can't just keep bandaging his stuff with tape.
I understand what you're saying, Nacho.
Guys who
a lot of guys do it.
Do FPV, they're always spending the money on the FPV.
Right, but if there's some new part that's cool that
they'll buy it
going off, and they like you and they follow you, it's a way of making. Because I specifically, I bought many things off of Sean's.
I love that.
because he described it in a way that I liked, and I like him. And if somebody's going to get a piece of it, I'd rather see if somebody I like get it.
That's right. Yeah, I got for the 15th time, because I've been an affiliate with Amazon for about 15 times, and they kicked me out because I don't sell not even a thing. And they finally got a hold of me. They go, "You got 90 days to sell 3 things," and I'm like, "What? 3 things, and then what? The next 180 days, you pressure me into 3 more things?" And my friend went in to buy stuff, and they said, "Sorry, you don't get anything because she's your friend." They actually told me that.
How they know?
Because she and I sometimes buy stuff together.
Well, there you go.
Oh, Big Brother is watching you. Hey, that'd go down well with
It's
me.
probably...
Amazon has everything.
Nacho, I gotta tell you, I think it's because my Alexa, I think she tells them. I think she's spying on me. No,
Speaking
really,
of Big
'cause she
Brother, I
knew.
went to the Microsoft store today to
Yeah.
look at the Oculus Go because I wanted to try a real VR set to see if it would make me sick like the one I bought a couple of weeks ago did.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any demo like I was told, and I wasted my time, and I went into a city and everything for it. Don't even
Oh,
get me
wow.
started. But since I left there, they are blowing up my phone with emails. I didn't fill out a single thing. Like they must have got my information just from being in the store with my phone. Because now
Wow.
Microsoft is blowing up my phone trying to sell me stuff.
That
Really?
annoys.
Yeah.
That-
So
I've been in sales, and I cannot. I used to work for various companies, and they used to push very hard what they call diverse percentage, which is, in other words, if somebody comes in for one item, for every 3 of those, you're expected to sell. For every 3 item X's, you're expected to sell 1 item Z. And I just don't work that way. Even as a manager, people come in and what they want, I'm happy to help them, give them the best product, give them the best advice. If they're going to get better value out of something slightly more expensive, then I'll push them that way. But I do not have it in me to push to hard sell somebody something that they may not want or need. As far as monetizing on YouTube, I did get a report stating that my entire YouTube activities up to date would have earned me 98 United States cents, which doesn't bother me except for a laugh material. But I think it's a very interesting thing. And my family told me the other day, most of you guys would have heard of PewDiePie. He's currently the second biggest YouTuber. He was the first. He has recently had to go and get a full-time job for the first time in about 7 years, isn't it, dear? Something like that.
He hasn't worked in almost 9 years.
Yeah, so he has worked in 9 years. He's had to go and get a full-time job to live because the incomes have dropped so much. So if the second biggest person in the world can't make a living out of it, it's something wrong.
she needs her own mic.
She needs her own mic.
A lot of the time, I've applied for jobs and I'll go through the requirements. What requirements and skills do you need to work here? And you'll scroll down going, yep. And the first thing you see is ability to upsell and hard sell products. If you don't morally agree with pushing a little old lady in her 90s to buy something she'll never use, you don't get the job.
Well, I myself am actually a good salesman, but I hate sales because the whole idea of like manipulating people, I don't like it.
I can see how that would work for you in the hospital, Dennis. You're like, hi there, you've come in for an ultrasound today. Can I interest you in an appendectomy at a cut rate?
Well, when I work for Insta360, well, I'm technically I do work for them, I think, and I don't know if I do anymore. When the Evo came out, they wanted me to just blow smoke up the entire internet's butt. I said, send me one. I can't. How am I supposed to recommend something that I've never even laid hands on or used? And then I told them that I'm blind in one eye. I don't even see 3D. What kind of liar would that make me? They didn't send me one, and I was driving across country. I would have shot beautiful stuff for them to show people, to show off like I did with their other products. And I was just like, it just kind of like, there's too much hype in this world. And YouTube is like the center of the hype universe, in my opinion, because you got the same people. You got them sending stuff to Google, and then Google sends them to the 50 people that the reviewers that they support. Because you start watching more, you hear more about it. Like when all the videos came out for the new DJI thing, and then you saw all the videos, and then if you watch a couple of those videos, you'll find out that a lot of them they did a robot battle in a warehouse, and they were all there. So it's like, it's not an individual thing. When you get to that tier, they send you stuff and they tell you to promote it. So how much does your opinion mean? I can't even look at iJustine anymore. Like, I just see that share, I got, because she's the same empty reaction to everything. And, I'm sure that goes over great with the 15-year-olds. But I don't want to be that person, and that's why I'll never be anything on YouTube, because I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to say this is really great about it.
And we have some great reviewers like that on YouTube that I don't mind watching. True Drone Reviews, I think he's really spot on. He'll go, this is a turd, and that's what he calls them. Yeah. Don't do this. And he said, getting sponsored, it's going to be, hey, Sidewinder, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him because he just wants to tell people. And my feeling is, if you're sponsored by a company because you really like that company and you really like their products, you're liable to give fairly good reviews. But I think the one thing I had trouble with was that dumb action cam. I don't think that action cam was, they were showing it up against another camera, and I liked the other camera better. And they were going, look at this clarity. I didn't think it was clear. Yeah.
Are we talking about the new DJI action cam?
Mm-hmm.
Sean loves his.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see the side-by-side images, I'm with you on that. I don't I don't see it being all that wonderful. And trust me when I tell you, yes, I do have a Hero 7, but I'm not married to this thing. This was a gift, and I would have never bought it. Now that I own it, I love it. But I guess as back when I was just using like DSLRs and real cameras and real gear and shooting professionally,
right,
I hated these. There was a deep hatred for all these people and their GoPros. But now it's the thing that I would rather take before anything. It's the first thing I grab. Although that's because my Insta 360 is at the bottom of the river with all the snitches. Oh. But
swim with the fishies. So I'm going to say I was watching the Osmo Pocket against the Action Cam, and I thought they should be similar. And the Pocket had brighter, more vibrant color. The Action Cam had less. In every way, I didn't think it was better. I think there was one thing I thought it was better at. And I just sat there and I thought, okay, so why are all these people saying it's better? To me, it didn't look better. Then I have my Hero 5, and it is very good. And it's a Hero 5, but it is a little bouncy. I put it on my dog.
Two separately, totally different things.
I did a review of I forgot. I don't think I had this yet. Maybe I did have it.
I like my Osmo Pocket.
The Hero 7 versus the Osmo Pocket on the bike, mounted to the front of the bike. And I'll have to agree with you that it did a great job, but we weren't railing through like the woods and trees, and we weren't getting hit by monster bugs or pouring rain. So
I don't think the Pocket is made to take the place of the Hero.
The Pocket's not an action cam.
Right.
Not an action cam. Either is the Insta 360 One X, as far as I'm concerned. And they didn't push that. They wouldn't push it that way. Even though I did use it that way, they didn't. It would have been destroyed.
Action cam would never shoot like the Pocket.
No.
I cannot see a use scenario for me with any action cam, be it a Hero or the Action. I just have no use for it. I don't ride. I ride motorcycles, but you don't see me riding in the dirt or surfing or anywhere I need waterproof. But I could use a Pocket. And I'm not saying that's high on my priorities or that I'd use it every day. All I'm saying is I can see when I'm putting together videos on the job or this sort of thing, you need a little bit of ground footage. I can see scenarios where I would use the Pocket, but not an action cam. Yes, okay, Dennis.
Go ahead, Nacho.
That could be used for a colonoscopy, Dennis.
I'm recording it.
Are you?
I'm recording. I'm using. We're talking about the Osmo Pocket, so it's on topic,
I like
and
the.
it's flashing lights at me
Yeah.
saying, "I've never seen it do this before."
What's it doing?
It's blinking red and green, red and green.
Oh,
Up,
is
oh, it's updating. It was doing an update. Look
It's
at that.
I'm
subject
gonna
to
check and see if mine needs
record.
update. Harry, yours probably needs update. What I
See,
found the
see,
Pocket is great for is it is great for vlogging. I think it's great for vlogging, and I in my taco video when you hear the
That's
sound not
beautiful.
playing good and then you hear the sound better, the Pocket is where most of my talking is coming from, and it had better than my DSLR, which was not doing really great. So for me, I like the Osmo better than my SL camera, my Canon. But my Hero 5, I love it too. I love my Hero 5. I like
Good night,
both those.
Claude.
They both do different things, Herman. You're absolutely right. I'll let you know you're right now because you're not screaming at me.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. Well, I got
I
all that.
love Herman.
Here we go. But what kind of cannon you said you had?
I have the SL. I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Let me grab it. I have it right here.
I had the original Canon 1D, the 1D Mark II, the 1D Mark N, and
SL2.
I think I had another one, but I can't remember. It all got jumbled after that. These are what I used for my race business. But
So
5,000
this is
pop. Oh
yeah.
my god.
This is what I use when I'm doing my cooking videos. I use this, and then I use my Pocket to go and do the food because I could just set it right on the counter and have it go down and take a picture of the food as I was cooking it. So I did a picture in picture, but I used this one and it's beautiful. Oh, see, I love that. See, I love my Pocket, but this mic, I don't know what the hell was wrong, but it had it buzzing and then something else went wrong with it, and I was just like, this audio is terrible on this thing, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to change something about it, so I'm just not happy.
You want to try a nice microphone?
Yeah.
This is the ETM001. Little tiny omnidirectional microphone.
Oh, look at that.
And I have a video on my channel where it has the name ETM when it riding on my scooter with this in front of me in the open wind and talking clearly and being able to hear it. As long as you put like a dead cat on it.
You had the dead cat on it?
And it's like $20. It's on Amazon.
That is not bad, but let me say, you have it hooked up to the Hero. Do you have to have that special?
Yes. But you could plug it into your SLR into that camera, the Canon.
How far away can you be from it to have it do well?
I've used it in like if you're doing it in the kitchen, I imagine the entire kitchen would be still reasonable. And if not, you put it on an extension cord and bring the mic up closer.
Okay, so you're gonna text me that, right?
Or you do this, do it that other thing that I was doing, always fiddling, right? This is a magnet on the bottom. I magnetize it to stuff like to the refrigerator. You can magnetize it to the refrigerator. And this is a directional mic, so it's not going to pick up the pots and pan noises, but it's going to pick up more of what you're saying.
So the table I work on is a metal table when I'm cooking?
It's stainless steel, though, probably.
Yeah.
So it's not magnetic.
Oh.
Just saying. Just assuming.
You're probably right.
Okay, that's what they're asking about. This is, you find it on Amazon, and it's like, I can't read the writing because my eyes are shot and I'm old. But if you type in ETM-001, this is the omnidirectional. And these dead cats you'll see, right? People who bought this, bought that, there's 5 for like $6. I lose them, so I buy the 5-pack. And it's under $30, $20-something. And I can tell you that it is got a great sound to it. Most of my videos that I've done in the last 3 months are this microphone. Fantastic little microphone. Great bang for your.
Crazy. That is crazy. $20. Now, the thing you have to remember though, guys, if you have the GoPro, if you have the Pocket, you have to buy the piece that lets it do that. And they're usually what, around $59 or something like that.
Yeah, if you get
Oh,
them, they're hard to find. See, if you look at my setup, hold on, let me bring the lights up here. Lights.
Herman, what were you saying?
don't buy that, please. No.
Don't buy it.
For the Pocket, don't buy that. You
Yeah,
don't need it.
I will tell you, the Pocket for me, the sound is really good. I like it for the Pocket.
Since the firmware updates, they've improved it.
Yes.
I have never had an issue with the sound on. I won't buy anything to plug into it. Yeah, you have to buy this silly thing for the GoPro to work for $5 or later.
Yes, and they're out of them.
Yeah, good luck getting them. But now, instead of having to get some heavy billet aluminum crap, you can get this for, I think this was like $12 on Amazon, and it's got a slot in the bottom for the piece, and it makes it all nice and compact and easy.
I want to see
use.
what he just put on here. I think he probably put it on there. Yes, guys. Robert's link is Amazon, and he just put it up there. So if you want to take a look at that, go and take a look at that. Yes. Thank you, Robert. Hey, Robert, I did send you a link.
$26. That is it. Thank you, Robert. A fantastic mic. I strongly recommend it. Money well spent, without a doubt.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
good bang for your buck.
So you know a lot of stuff, Nacho.
I know a little bit about everything, but not a lot about anything except medicine and photography. I have a decent photography knowledge, technique, graphics. Like usually, I've been making those silly logos for people.
You know what? I love the logo you did for Ari. Ari. I'll try to say it right, but I love the one you did for him. That is just really, really nice. And the one you did for Roger also, very clean, very nice looking.
I love mine. Val, it's really good. As Dennis says, it comes from the less is more school of thought, but it doesn't say it all. It's really good.
Yeah, I think it's really excellent.
That's the logo right there.
Yeah, and that's the one up there, Herman. And Dennis knocked that over. Well, he was talking to Thomas O'Sullivan and I in the Facebook chat, and he virtually had it finished. And then when I got up the next morning, there was 10 versions. Which one do you like best?
I just love it. I love it. I think it's excellent. And I was talking to him about it, and Nacho told me that as he's talking, he gets these feelings like, this is what I think would be good for you. He doesn't do it on command. He do me one. But if he's watching you and talking to you,
but he's easy. He's just lucky he didn't have like 15 kangaroos in it.
Right? Oh, that would have been cute.
It would have something like this in it, if it goes on my personality. Good day, Rob. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Ari.
My channel is Bare Bones.
Well, Nacho, how are you today, sir?
I'm back online now. Oh, I'm so happy, Sidewinder.
How's it going?
Okay. And Miss Val.
Thank you. What do you think, guys, about this? Some of you weren't here for me to talk about. What do you think of this layout?
Which layout?
This Zoom layout. Hey, Centroid.
Hi, Centroid.
Well, I will tell you this, Val. From what I'm looking at right here on the screen, it's a better picture than Hangouts, but it's not any different as opposed to the layout. Just that instead of having the little boxes on the bottom, they're on the top of the screen.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with him. And the layout is half a dozen of one or 6 of the other.
Hold
but
on. Let me see.
The functionality is very, very impressive. And also the low bandwidth performance is very impressive also.
And if you use multiple screens, it shows like it makes like that toolbar go elsewhere, and then the main screen will just show. Like right now, I'm looking right into my own face. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
So on YouTube, guys, what's on YouTube is just 5 equally sized boxes.
Right.
nobody's on top, and nobody. And the reason why I like it is, and I like it because I can see y'all when I talk to you. My eyes aren't that good. Oh look,
You
see, I
actually
love that
pretty-
Nacho. I love that. It's
But this
Nacho's fault. He's making me squirrel. Yes.
that's this is the kind of stuff that got me kicked off of quads. Doing slick stuff in the background.
Oh, look at you. See, that Rode mic is those Rode mics are pretty darn nice. You did a review of a Rode mic. What did you think?
I like the Rode mic. I think it's again this is better, but I still use this one more because, like, if I have too many videos where I turn the camera away. Like I'll be blogging and then I'll turn to show somebody and then you can't hear a word I'm saying
Yeah.
Right.
because it's that good. But like it all depends on how noisy the place is. Like if I'm in, like when I was shooting at the beach, I wanted the ocean sounds in the background. What's the use of being on the beach if you're not going to be, the whole thing? As long as the wind's not taking it out, and the dead cat does that. But if I'm going to be outside and I know it's windy, I will definitely take this. So any noisy shoot. But anything where the ambient noise is actually favorable, I'll use the little one, because the little one, when you take it out and you put this in, this fits in my pocket, easily fits in my pocket. I don't always have this big hand. I was doing back and forth from my helmet to the chest mount to the bike the other day, and I just left that on there so it's easier. But this fits in your pocket, and no muss, no fuss. Turn it on. Do your quick shot. Has it been turned on for 24 hours, and you're recording. You don't have to aim. Just general direction, easy peasy. And then you just push the button again, and it turns itself off, and you put it away. It's hard not to fall in love with. That's all I'm saying. It's hard. It was. I didn't want to learn. It's made for people who know nothing and just want to take pictures, which is perfect.
Is that a Hero 7, Nacho?
Yeah, it's a Hero 7 in that silly case. Everybody can review. Plastic,
Well,
$12.
I gotta tell you, the thing I'm just gonna say that if I had to choose between my Hero 5 and my Osmo, and I know they do different things, Herman, don't scream at me. He's gonna so kick me out of here. If I had those two, I would pick.
Jump in.
I would take the Pocket, because it actually, I'm not an action person, right? And so I'm not going to be. Well, I think in my head I could be, but in real life it would never work. But I do like the Pocket, how it can look down at things.
Well, Val, you know what's the funny thing? What I catch with this whole thing, everybody compares that action cam to the Pocket the same way everybody tries to compare some of these drones. Like when guys sit back and they tell me about, the Spark takes great pictures, and you can't really tell the difference between the Phantom 4 Pro and the Spark, and I'm like,
oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
You
can.
You comparing a point-and-shoot camera to
you're comparing a Bentley to a Chevy. I mean, come on.
I just don't get it when that happens. And
I mean, I love my Spark. But
that's why I asked you why you like the Pocket over the action cam when the action cam is just so simple. And the Pocket, it requires some knowledge of how to use a camera, and a lot of people don't have it.
Yeah,
right.
But the courses. I don't have 9 drones because I'm the Imelda Marcos of drones. I have 9 drones because each one does a different job, and I choose the one for the job I'm doing that day.
Right tool for the right job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the Pocket and the action.
Same with
I would take a Pocket because I do more scenarios where the Pocket would be of use over the action. I don't do much where the action is of use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? And I take the Osmo the same reason. When I say that I take it over it, it's because the only time I'm going to use it, if I go snorkeling and stuff like that, nothing's going to beat the Hero, because you can take it under the water, and I don't want my Pocket doing that. But the Pocket for what I do is perfect. Yes, Nacho?
If I came back from work to my room and all my gear was gone, I would go out and buy, and you only had money to buy one camera, it would be the Insta360 One X again, the one that's in the
Yeah.
river, the one that's sleeping with the fishes.
So
Because
what?
what's that?
I was
There's
going to say
so much
why.
you can do with the
Why?
Insta360. That thing is awesome.
The Insta360 One X quality is reasonable. It's not as good as the GoPro or the Pocket, but being able to shoot 360 as I ride around and do stuff, or enjoying the moments without having to concentrate on taking the pictures and then being able to do it, everything in post, is just too good to me. And I've had a few 360 cameras. I've had the GoPro Fusion, which was a really good camera, waterproof like a regular GoPro, which made it's technically probably a better camera, but the workflow was so hard. My Insta360, I could do stuff on the phone and pop it up on the internet. If you look at the pictures on my page, go on my Facebook page because you are subscribed. Those are some pictures from the. This is the one, which is the old version of it, not as good, but you're able to the videos that I posted from that I've already posted of Ron Lockwood on the bike and me riding together. This is just all 360 camera. It's nice to not have to take your mind off the road or what you're doing. And again, if you look at that last 20,000 mile video, you'll see a lot of stuff from that camera.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch that because I want to. Yes, Ari?
Sorry, Val.
Ari?
Dennis,
Sorry.
don't worry about it, Val. It's the other people who are giving you a stick about that. As long as you don't call me late for breakfast, I'm cool. Dennis, I can understand that it captures the images with great ease. How hard is it to get what you want when you get home? You download the footage off the camera and to create what you want. How hard is that?
I'll show you. All right. So say I've already downloaded the phone. I could just do that too because it's that easy. This is the older version. The new one will not work like this, but it will if you plug it in with a cable. It doesn't this is the older version when it first came out, and you plug it into the phone, and the first thing you'll notice, if you can see the screen, is that the camera is going to automatically turn on, and it's automatically going to launch the software. Okay. And you go into here's us all now sitting together. I'll take a picture.
All right.
Okay. And now if you look at the screen, I just spin around and see what I want to see. It took the ceiling, it took the floor, it took the computer setup, and now I go into editing because that's what you're asking about. I think I took another picture. Now this one has all the same functions, but it's not as good. The other one's like 5.7.
Export what you want out of it. That's generated by the app on the phone, but then you can export out of the phone what particular shot you want.
Right, or you could take the card out and put it in your computer and do it that way. But the mobile app is so good. Trying to. Of course, nothing works when I want to show it off. It seems to be my thing. Okay, here.
I just went and did a web search while you guys were talking, and over here a Insta360 One X is $20 either side of $500, which it just so happens that an Osmo Pocket is bang on $500. So they're right in the same price point. But when you say to me that if you could only choose one, that would be the one you choose.
That would be the one I choose. The only problem is it's not as fragile as the Pocket, and it's not as durable as
A GoPro.
But thank you. I've used it through some pretty. If you look at my channel, most of that stuff is done with the Insta360. Like the last year, dirt riding, water, flying over the water. Okay, here it's the picture. Here's the picture we took. Is that the one? Oh, that's the one I took after. Okay. So here's the picture. Now I could turn around and I can frame it any way I want and then export it. But if it was a video, I'd be able to put like keyframes where I wanted it, and it would fade from one to another. So if I wanted to track somebody, I could put a little square over their face, and then it would automatically track them as they walk around the scene.
And you can export it as one of these images that people put onto Facebook, where you can put the mouse on it and drag it around to look from the angle.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
If you look at my page. All right, you're my friend. If you look at my page from yesterday morning, I was standing on a cliff overlooking the Columbia River as the sun came up. and you can pan around and see the rocks behind me, the clouds over me, the water below, the farmland. It's now this is from this camera, which by today's standards, prehistoric and crap. Okay, but don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled that I have it because the Insta360 is top of the food chain for its price right now. And in amateur cameras, it is by far the greatest 360 camera out by far. Because here you can get it for under $400. And you can do, if you looked at any of my night stuff where I do the night photography, where I do the stars, like when I was going out in the desert and shooting the Milky Way with my Insta360 and beautiful pictures, starscapes, and it's just it does everything. It just doesn't do everything as well.
Okay, two basic questions which we've skipped right over: resolution and frame rate.
I believe the 360 will do 60 frames per second, but not at the full 5.7K. But it definitely does 30.
Okay,
I don't remember. And
No, that's good. That is good.
now, but here 5.7K is not a square; it's the entire globe. But
Right.
when you crop it down, you still get a reasonable 1080.
you've got to
But
wonder.
notice-
You've got to wonder when
And-
DJI will wake up and mount something like this on a drone.
The
Drone,
360
right?
Camera on a
I've
drone
been
is
saying.
awesome.
Hey
But,
guys, I'll be right back. Robert, you want to take over for me? I'll be right back.
Where you going?
But when I unplugged it right now, everything shuts down. So when I was on my bike yesterday, what I did is I had a long extension cable, also known as my rear end from before, that.
Yeah.
And I have it extended to the phone, and I would just plug it in when I wanted to use it. And then the app would automatically come on the bike, and I would start using it. Now, the Insta360 is Bluetooth, and it does everything wirelessly to the app. It's oh my God. Don't worry, this is great. If you use this and you never had one before, and you want to just test the waters, you could still buy these. You'd love it. But the X is so far ahead of it and so much better.
Right.
Were I to buy one, and I am considering it, I would just buy the 1X because I don't like buying twice.
Right. 1X, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it right from their site. You're going to want to get a selfie stick with it, preferably their invisible selfie stick, only because, all right, this is your typical selfie stick. And you see it has that big knob and everything. The invisible selfie stick has nothing, just a screw that goes into the bottom because you don't need to tilt. You don't need a tilt head on your selfie stick if you're running a 1X. And that way, what happens is just like, and this is a beautiful example I saw in a meme. Do you see your nose?
No.
Unless you look for it, you don't see it. That's the way a 360 camera works. And the lenses both see 220 degrees, right? So they overlap each other. The images overlap each other, and it
Right.
stitches out the body of the camera, the stick. And this does, the one does okay, but the X, you can't see anything. So it's just like as if a drone is flying over you. And a lot of people go to illegal places and say they're shooting drones, and they're using like 9-foot extended selfie sticks with the 1X at it and just swinging it around, making it look like a drone. I was going to do that, but I lost it in the river. I was going to do it at that state park where I did the.
How's that Bluetooth working for you now?
What's that?
How's that Bluetooth working for you now? Are you getting any good film of the fishes?
No good pictures of the fishes. It doesn't have that kind of range. It doesn't have that. Oh man, yeah, had to go there, didn't you?
Did you try it with the selfie stick and it fell off into the water or what?
No,
Tried it with the drone.
I
It's
used
not water.
I'm so afraid. You guys are laughing like crazy.
No, we're being good.
Okay.
I had a mount that I tried because everybody's posted. Sean, I'm not blaming Sean, but I blame Sean at the same time. He had a top mount on his drone, and I didn't buy the one that he was using because it was like cost real money, and I planned on using it for like one shot. And so I bought this thing off of Amazon for like $12, and I used it once, and I went, "Oh, this is all right."
Mm-hmm.
The second time I used it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
The
Not so
second time
good.
it wasn't all right. The second time I used it, I'm not sure if it vibrated off or the fact that I was flying slightly aggressively, but it came off and got caught in the props over the Columbia River, right outside of something falls. I can't remember the name. It starts with an M. And the drone, it did an emergency stop at like 100 feet and then fell like a freaking rock. And I remember like just breathing in and feeling like because they're both going down, and then the last second they separated, and it recovered. I guess I restarted it. Emergency stop, emergency start. It's whatever happened, it stopped. My drone was wet when it came back. That's how close to the water it was.
Wow.
And it broke it busted up the props real good, but it didn't. But you can say what you want about the Mavic Pro. It's a good thing. I love the Mavic Pro, but the camera, it kills me that I lost that camera. It really does. My wife was like, I posted the video about telling the story, just pretty much like I just told now, except I did it right then at the moment, so it was a little more emotional. And I was just, and she was like, "Did you lose the drone?" I had a 1-minute video. You couldn't finish it. She didn't even wait for the end of the story. She's calling me.
Yeah.
But oh man, I love that. But I love that. I almost went and bought one immediately, and I always said I would, but I think they released the newest stuff right before Christmas, and I'm patient, and I'm kind of like, if I spend $400 tomorrow, there's no way in hell my wife's gonna let me get it. So I'll buy anything a month from now. Or 2 months.
Remember, mate, it's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
Oh well,
Exactly.
I bought that. So when I bought that one, I didn't ask. It was so good. I went because I just bought it,
And now we know the real reason why Dennis hasn't been home in 4 months.
and I send my whole paycheck home too. I live like I'm unemployed. Like I have no money ever because I send my whole check home. Support my family.
Okay, guys. Canadian Drone Hub is commanded, and he's right because I forgot.
But
What?
Stop playing with Zoom. Am I playing with it? I didn't think I was. Am I
Yeah,
playing with?
they can see the chat. They can see your private chat.
You can? How come?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
It was
fine. I was
showing
just
up on the-
asking. I just said thank you.
Well, I know.
I've been watching the feed, and I don't see it.
Nor I.
Yeah, I want to tell him thank you. Okay. Good. I'm so glad I was doing good stuff. I could have been like, look at everyone being mad. I could have typed all kinds. Hey, Jake Sloan, how you doing?
Hey, Jake.
Tomorrow
Jake.
night at 5, those guys are going to be on Phantom Flight 101's channel. You don't want to miss it.
no
It's cool.
correction. It's going to be
Uh-oh.
on Novice Quads because I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be there tomorrow. I have an engagement I have to go to.
Hey, Ricky Duff.
The team that I coach, we're having the our awards dinner. I
Oh,
coach football. We're supposed to be getting our championship rings for winning the championship last season. So
Nice.
thank you.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Oh my God, you
Well,
guys.
I mean, it was 4 straight trips to the championship. You got to come away with one.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Very good.
You got to
So,
come away with one.
see, stop playing with the chat. You guys are so mean to me.
Val, why don't you get a big cup instead of playing around with that little thing?
So Val, what do you have in the cup?
Bailey's. Bailey's Irish cream.
No,
What do you got?
I have a diet cherry limeade.
With who?
I've never even heard of cherry limeade.
It's like lemonade but with lime and dyed cherry.
And what else?
When am I supposed to stop? What did I do? Oh my God. Come in here so I can say something to you, Roger.
What are you going to say to Roger? That
I'm
you
not
can't
telling
say?
you.
It's not repeatable in polite company, Herman.
I mean, we would hear you say it.
She doesn't want to offend me because she knows how delicate I am.
Nacho's very delicate.
Very delicate.
That's why
Like
I
a-
had to put in my description, Nacho is more than a chip.
That's it. That's why, I know when I'm not wanted, I move on.
Well,
Delicate,
if
like a
you
battle
caught
tank.
what he was telling you earlier about the name and everything like that, that's far from where you want your chips.
I didn't understand any of that, so I'm still in a good place.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture of it later.
No,
Oh,
no, I don't know what you're talking about, but don't send pictures. Long days lately, but good ones. Oh, good, Jake Sloan.
I'll give you a hint. It's not your butt.
I don't know. No, when I said I didn't want to know, I meant anything about it.
Ever. Even like ever, right?
Ever.
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 you notice, Val? I didn't educate you.
And I'm appreciative. In fact, one time, Pusa was educating me on something.
The great Paul Murray has joined the chat.
It's the Sultan of Ships, the Master of Maritime.
Every ship needs salsa, and it's Paul Murray.
Now we're going downhill.
Hey, Paul.
Take a dive. Take a bow.
Hey, Paul,
He's dark.
Yes.
you got to turn the lights on.
Woo!
There we go.
There
I
you
think
go,
I
Paul.
better this way.
So how you doing tonight, Paul?
Now it's on.
I've been editing, flying, and finally got it. The last half of the day it was bright sunshine, and it was no wind, and so I went and got a ship. I didn't get the ship. I flew the.
It came to you.
You must have a big bathtub, Paul.
Oh, that's a lot of cheese.
Well, Ari, everything I do is big because I am.
Oh,
No,
God.
I'm not touching that. I'm not going in. There's no right answer to that, Paul.
So how's everybody doing tonight? I was listening while I was editing, and I heard all about the cameras and everything else, and was interesting for sure. And I agree with you, Ari. If they ever come up with that camera on a drone, they would
Yeah.
sell the hell out of them.
Yeah, I think it would.
Well, the way the Mavic 2 is configured, they've got the zoom and the pro, but it's just so easy to put another camera on there. Someone needs to send an email to Mr. DJI and say, "Are you paying attention?" Because they could put one on there very easily.
Yeah, well, and on the what I would think would be easy to also, Ari, is I have the Enterprise as well, and it has already a connector on the top.
Yeah.
You can put it right on the top right there instead of the light or the speakers or whatever, and use that link into the inside of the drone.
Well, the thing that I find really interesting or intriguing about the idea, Paul, is not just everyone's thinking about it from an aesthetic point of view, but as a commercial operator, when you're doing inspections or things like this, you pay a great deal of attention to getting the right angle. With that camera, there is no such thing as the wrong angle. You just mount the thing on and fly it through, and you've got it all.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Rob.
I'm telling Val, don't feed that dog stuff.
Oh, what are you feeding it, Val?
Val.
Val,
We were off on the side, texting each other.
She's muted herself.
yeah.
But you didn't remember.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, now see, you got both of them in the shot now.
Thought Val's. Who wishes they were one of Val's dogs?
Oh my God. Oh God. No, Ranger. Okay. Hold on. There, take that.
Yeah.
Dog.
Now you're
Take
gonna
that.
get
Now
them
go
all.
away. No more.
Yeah. They don't understand no more. They don't understand that, Val.
You're the
They
cheese
just left.
wizard.
They're gonna go follow Kevin now because maybe he has more cheese.
Because they think they want more cheese.
Just remember, guys, we all know what happens a few hours after you feed dogs cheese. You know that little problem that your dog has, Val? That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, cheese does that to dogs.
Maybe that's what's been happening.
Wow.
Oh my God. Is that you, Robert? Oh my God.
What is the cheese working already?
Oh my God. Let me just no go away. I don't have anything else. I am so sorry.
Yeah, great,
More
you're
cheese,
right in her
please.
face.
This is my Saint Bernard. She is like, okay, is now time for me to get some more cheese.
Where's the cheese? More
He's
cheese.
saying,
Oh my God.
I've got to get the cheese off her. I've got to get the cheese because if I let her eat the cheese in 3 hours,
Oh God.
Be
This
cheesy.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
now,
sorry.
I actually have a use for you to get all of these action cams that you want to get.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, like if you out shooting, you know, and you want to have like, you want to show like you're traveling, you want multiple camera angles. That's what those action cams are good for. You can mount them on the car. You can see your car going down the road from the back or from the front, or you know, you just when you do all your editing, you can put those all in.
Yeah, Val loves to edit too. So
Well, Val,
Yes.
in Insta 360 you can take the same footage and then capture different angles from it
Whatever you want.
and
Yeah.
look like a multi-camera shoot.
yeah, you could
Mhm.
actually put a little thing on your head, on the top of your head, put the camera up there, and just wherever you are, it would just look around.
And then if you wanted, you could put one on the side of the road and drive past it 3 or 4 times. It looks like you're really traveling.
you know, just
Yeah,
something off subject. Some people really like to live dangerously. I don't know whether you guys would have heard that notification popped up, and it read like this: join the video call-in show in 30 minutes. What changes would you make to YouTube? If he's having an unlucky day, I'll log in and tell him.
God. Here's a little sample of what it's like to use a 360 drone. Good. Thank you, Nacho.
Beautiful piece of footage that I just thought people might be interested in seeing, just to see some of the because people go, well, the cameras are so good on the drones. Why am I bothering? Why am I bothering putting another camera on? And if you look at that, you can spin around. You can look at whatever you want. You can look up at the drone. You can look down at the
Oh
water.
my God.
Very pretty.
That is lovely. That really is. So you go up in the corner, basically, and you can spin it around, and you're looking at everything all the way around where the drone is. And I think you're right, Nacho. That would be why you'd get that. Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Or you
this-
could put one, on Ranger too, and just send him out.
This
You
is
know
the
what?
first-
I did that. Not the 360. I put the thing on Ranger and I put the camera on top because my mom used to like that. That's the videos I used to make for my mama before she passed. And Kim goes, "Oh, it makes me." What did he say, Roger? Oh, it made me feel nauseous because the camera is going like this.
Which camera did you use?
I used my GoPro 1 at the time.
And you put it on the dog?
Yeah. Because he would run around, and then my mom liked those.
Yeah, she put it on the dog, and then she had this stick going out here with a string on it with a piece of cheese, and the dog was chasing the cheese around.
No.
You can do that with Paul Murray, but you just have to substitute brownies for the cheese.
There you
Right,
go.
right.
in fact,
We'll put that
Harry,
on him.
I was getting low on brownies, so I went to the store and I got another great big thing full of brownies. So I'm good.
Well, I've been waiting for my care
Yeah, Dick
package
Sloan,
to
I
arrive from North America with the brownies inside, but it's never in the mail.
Well, see, the sad part is that $8 package of brownies would probably end up calling $60 or $70 by the time it got to you.
Yes. I received a package from the US this week, and it had the postage on there, and I'm not going to repeat how much it cost, but it's utterly obscene.
Oh my God. And you know what else this thing does? You can look straight down. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
oh
Ross.
my God.
If you look at the next link that I posted, the next link shows you the same piece of footage off the front of my bike. This is the first time I ever tried it. And I rendered it 2 different ways so looks like a multi-camera shoot.
Hey, Russ.
Hey, Russ.
Hey, Russell.
What's
There's
up,
Mr.
guys?
Sexy.
You got the hoverboard with you?
Okay, this
What?
is a different one. Guys, I'll be
You
right
have the
back.
hoverboard with you.
Yeah, Russell's out ready to get on the hoverboard.
What's going on? Yeah, I could actually, but we're gonna have dinner here in a few seconds. But I wanted to come in and see how this thing worked. So
What do you think?
I like it. I went on with what is it, Jim video call-in show once from the computer. I just didn't know how this works for like on a phone. I'm actually on my phone, so
So on your phone, what are you seeing?
I see just you, and it says Catwoman.
That would be Valerie. That's life. Yep.
And then Mr. Big.
Yep.
week.
Mr.
So
Big.
what he's seeing is when we each talk, it comes onto his camera.
So would everyone like to say hello to Russ?
Yep.
Hello, Russ.
Half the panel is shaking their head no, but
I heard Ari, but he didn't come up for some reason.
But I'm not half the panel.
Oh, there's Rob.
Hello, Russ.
I see Rob's name. Well, I guess my name's not much better.
next.
Russ
Okay, next.
wardrobe malfunction?
Pretty close, Russ.
What the heck, Robert?
Say hello, Herman.
Hi.
I have been waiting for her to see that. I don't know how long this has been up, and she finally noticed it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, we were having so much fun sending Russell out on his hoverboard last time.
You
Oh
need to be
man,
very careful.
I could do it. I could probably do it again if I had more time. But I think dinner actually done? It's ready.
Hey, Russell. Just so you know, both Herman and Nacho are here on the panel as well.
Oh, Nacho, say
I
something.
spoke to him first.
I am saying something. Oh, I'm muted.
There's Herman.
I'm not muted.
My kid is hangry. Holy cow!
Okay, let me see Colin before you go, though.
Okay, I'll let you see Colin. He's all kinds of messed up mad face right now though. Colin.
Colin, baby. Hi, baby. Where's your truck? Do you got your truck? Because I want to see it. Yeah, it's a truck. It's so cool. It is so
Say hi.
cool. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. He's looking
He
around.
says, "Who are those wacky people?" He's like saying,
He's like, check me out. I'll have my own channel in 1 year.
"Yeah,
That's right. And he'll have more subscribers than all of us. We'll
Yeah.
be like, oh,
That's not good
Colin.
enough,
He fill his diaper and get more subscribers than all of us.
Yeah. There's Nacho. What's up?
he's eating."
Nice.
Every time I see Paul, I have to have chocolate.
There you go.
Is
And
it?
you did get a chance to talk to Herman too, right?
I did. I got to see Herman. Yep, Herman, Ari, and Nacho are the only ones being good with their names. Everybody else.
Yeah, like Val got that name there, Catwoman. You know, that sounds like you're gonna be alone.
Yeah. No, either that or she's gonna be Halle Berry.
That's right. In my head.
Oh,
Even
okay.
though-
I thought you meant like the lady with all the cats. You know.
Oh, no. Didn't mean that. Hey, Paul, what award did you get today?
Today, I got notification that last fall we shot a music video, and I did the drone work, and it was called Lady of the Lake, and it was dedicated to the big storm on Lake Huron in 1913 when 240 sailors lost their lives in a big storm out on the lake. And
Crazy.
it was produced and directed locally by some guys that went to film school and they kind of know what they're doing. And it was a young lady. She was singing out to the lake from the top of the lighthouse, which is the oldest lighthouse on the Great Lakes. And I did the aerial portion of when she was singing, and turned out really well. And today we got an award of merit from the Film Institute that has the Academy Awards.
Nice.
Film
Oh,
Academy
wow.
for that music video.
So, Paul, are you saying I'm going to be able to look you up on what's that website that you look actors up on?
No.
Rotten Tomatoes. No, wrong one. Sorry.
IMDb.
No, but I am listed there as the aerial video photographer.
Nice.
So is there a link or something where we can go find this?
Well, the
Gotta
problem
be able to
is
find it.
the problem is they monetized it, and I'm not sure how you get to it without having to pay to look at it. So,
Oh.
but if I can find it, what I'll do is I'll put a link in there that you can go to, which shows you behind the scenes, and the executive producer of it talks about the people that were key and instrumental, and he mentions me in the whole production.
Oh, really nice, Paul. Really nice.
Hey,
Congratulations, Paul.
that is really awesome, Paul.
Great job.
Hey, you guys want to see what we're having for dinner? We're
I
having,
do.
what is it?
Hey,
Hey,
Bacon.
Ashley.
It's a bacon quiche.
Mmm.
Oh,
Oh, that's
I will
good.
find you.
But It looks great,
Yeah.
but I think the rabbi might be angry with
So
me.
can I ask you what we're
Yeah.
having next Monday?
Oh, is that when you're going to be here, Val? Okay, I thought it was this week. I don't know.
Monday.
We'll figure something out.
Okay, because I'm coming by. I'm coming
You
by
will be
for
coming
dinner.
by. I thought it was this week, so I was like, she hasn't called us. Maybe she's hiding.
Mm-mm. And I'm keto, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also am a kiddo at heart. So
No, not keto. I don't want spaghettios. Don't want spaghettios, my friend.
that's a good one. I like that.
All right, well, hey guys, dinner's ready. I got to get going. But yeah,
Yeah.
Val, we'll definitely have you over. We'll figure some food out and
Okay.
get all that taken care of.
Make you something, Val.
Yeah, actually, she's keto, so that means like she can't eat good things.
Oh, I've been before.
I want some of those prawns.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, good girl.
They weren't prawns.
Did you see our last video, Ari, where we mentioned you by name?
No, but I'm going to go and look it up now.
Yeah, because we literally had shrimp like the day after.
I looked it up already. They weren't prawns. I looked it up.
Yeah, they were shrimp. I guess there is a difference between prawns and shrimp. I don't know. It has to do with the length of the legs. I have no
No,
clue.
just lied.
That was just written, put in there by an American who wants to hide from the truth.
I love it. All right, well, hey, guys,
Americans.
see you all later. Have a good one.
Good night, Russ. Good night,
Bye,
Ashley.
Russ. Thanks for stopping by, darling.
Bye.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God, he's too funny. He's way too funny. Oh my God, prawns are just giant shrimp. Hey Howie, how are you doing? Food Forest Permaculture is in, and his name is Howie. Hey Howie. Oh
Yeah,
my
just-
gosh.
And you bloody Americans, don't come the raw prawn with me, you bastards.
You guys.
I don't eat sea bugs. Don't
Oh
worry
my
about
gosh, I'm
Just
so
in case you
sorry.
wanna know, in case you want to know, I'm Australian and I don't have a bloody clue what that means either.
What, a shrimp on the Barbie?
Don't come the raw prawn with me.
Oh, excuse me.
Nacho, I am sorry. I've kept you for close to 3 hours.
Wow.
it. What? What? Huh?
Yeah?
I
What?
told him we were only going
What?
to do an hour, and then the second hour we just bring a panel on and talk. And then I looked down here and I'm like, I guess I lied.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we're having fun, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I think so.
Time flies when you're having fun. That's for sure.
You know,
Yes.
it has been a lot of fun. So we can keep going if you guys want to. If you're done, we can be done. We could be whatever you want.
If you're done, I feel like chicken
Ari?
dinner here.
Yes?
You know?
Ari has his hand up. Ari,
Oh, me, miss, me, miss,
Okay.
me.
Ari,
Yeah, I have to shoot through. I've actually got a big week on. I am setting up a point of presence this week, and I got the file and FTP server yesterday. Today's task is the web server and the mail server. But I thought, well, since I've been offline for 2 days, I'll pop on for 5 minutes this morning and say hello. And then Val says, Ari, I'm getting you in here. So 3 hours later, I better go back to work. Thanks very much for having me.
Ari, I just adore you. Thanks for being here.
I had a
Just
great
love
time
it.
as always, Val, and Herman and Paul and Dennis and Rob and everybody in chat. Thanks very much for the
Good
company,
to see
everybody.
you. Good to see you, Ari.
If no one sees me online much this week, that is why I'm seriously doing web servers all week, and it's not something I've
Okay.
done in a while. So it's taxing. All right, guys, take it easy.
Good luck to you, friend.
Sorry.
Bye.
See you later.
And then there was
Okay.
5.
I
So
want
who
to see
has
your
the
dog
ring?
now.
Who has the ring? We're going to Moldorf.
What happened?
Is that the same? No. Am I on a different? Is Moldorf? Isn't that Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Waldorf?
Okay, then I'm in the right thing.
close enough, Val. Close enough.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh gosh, I just figured out what GTSY means. Good to see you. Oh, Night Train, it's taken me this long. I've been seeing people write that. I just now got what it meant. It's still prawns. Ari, that is so funny. Yeah, we have been going for a while. Does anyone have a topic they'd like to talk about? Let's go to someone who looks like they have topics. Herman?
What you got in that big cup?
Oh yeah.
I have a topic, but
No, I've seen some of the stuff you've been writing on here.
Val.
No, I'm afraid of your topics.
I haven't. It's a drone topic.
Okay.
Let's talk about what you'll do to Kim.
Well,
Oh my God! You know, I'm heading out to Maryland in a little while, and then I'm going up to Canada, and Centroid and I are driving up there together. But where is Mike Roach? Probably already left. But I was going to give him. I need to talk to him too because I want to go see him while I'm in Syracuse.
Haven't seen him post for a while.
And everyone on the panel, great show tonight. I'm off to bed now. I'll see you all at 2 a.m.
Oh, that's right. Roger's going to be on in the morning at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be.
I don't think.
Sorry,
I'll be on.
Roger. Yeah, guys, everybody at 2 a.m. you want to go see Roger. It'll be midnight for some of us and 11 o'clock for others.
yeah, I'll
and,
be going to sleep when you're coming on.
Oh my God. .com. Oh, is this it? Is this it?
I think that's the post there that will show you the behind the scenes thing.
Oh, the Lady of the Lake thing.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna put it in my
I think
notebook so I can see it later.
yes,
There we go.
yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Thank you. Okay, yeah, it looks like Roger's going to sleep.
I'm just going nighty night.
Yeah,
Night,
he's gonna
Roger.
have to. He's gonna be up. Oh, yeah. Hi, Ricky Dev again. Oh, I just love his name.
Dev.
Okay, here we go. There we go. So,
Well,
guys,
what's that lullaby song? Nighty night and good night.
oh my gosh, if you get me copyright strike for singing that really weird song,
Nobody could tell what he was singing. It'd be fine.
nobody knows what he sings. Oh my God.
Oh, it isn't a show until you get Val to snort, and she
Exactly.
just did.
Oh,
Oh,
we had
yeah.
it snort before. What made you laugh so hard before? Was it the Taint Nacho conference?
No,
or
we're
something?
not gonna. Whoa. Good night, Val and friends. Okay, Howie, you have a nice night. So, guys, I'm gonna also say good night, but I'm gonna no funky chicken. No
Where
funky chicken. Panel, you
Hey,
can
Robert,
hang around if
are
you
you
want.
ready?
No, no, Robert, no. What the
Original
hell?
Hokey Pokey.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If you make this so they won't show it again, no, no, no.
we could
I don't
we
know
could
what.
we could do the funky chicken.
No, 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 no. Don't let them do it. Hey guys, you know, I know you had a lot of choices tonight because I know some of the shows out there and they're just fabulous too. So thank you so much for choosing.
Nacho's got something to say.
Yes, Nacho?
The person that I deal with at Insta360 was on vacation, just came back and said she's going to send me a coupon for a free there's a new one.
No way.
Literally
Yay!
just came through
Nice,
now.
Nacho.
So
I
I'm
was
just
getting- I
going to
was
say,
getting a little
Nacho, you're not going to want your old one.
Yeah. Well,
Just
the old
saying.
one
Well,
went in
Sean-
the drink.
No, he has
Well,
one.
in the river.
It went in the river, Val.
Oh, never mind.
They're replacing the one that was
Hey,
in
Carpenter
the river.
Rick. You're
Because I
okay. Never worry.
Basically not
But
there at all.
if you go visit Nacho, he'll point it out, and you can get your scuba gear on and maybe go retrieve it.
I have gear. I have gear, my friend. I have a snorkel, and I have fins.
There
I'm
you
ready.
go.
I'm ready. So, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna see before we all get off. I don't want to. I'm gonna hit. We're gonna see if I can get off of here. But I just want to say, guys, I just adore you. You know it. Green Patches, so happy to see you. Carpenter Rick, Furball, Jay Santiago, and all of you, love you, and we'll be talking to you soon.
And if Roger's got his jammies on, join us after the show.